Okay, hey guys, round two. I hope you guys are having a good day. Saturday, is it still Saturday, right? Yes, indeed. Okay. So again, thank you guys for earlier today. Kent's with me again now, and Belinda was with me this morning, and then Kent joined us. And again, the fundraiser, of course, will still go on, each and every day until hopefully there's some answers for Jack and Lily. So I just want to repeat that for a minute. So Alana King, she's the one that did the vigil for Jack and Lily and is the one that's holding the fundraiser. Belinda was on here graciously again this morning, just really to talk about the fundraiser, because it is about Jack and Lily. And she is in full support of Alana and this fundraiser. Again, the materials with the money that comes in goes towards the bracelets and T-shirts and sweatshirts, and again, if the children, if this has a sad outcome, then it will go to buddy benches for Jack and Lily at the school, and if not, and if these children are found miraculously alive, then the rest of the proceeds, of course, will go to Jack and Lily to help, help raise them in a sense. Who knows what will happen, but that's too far in advance regardless. So again, in the pinned comment is the Facebook link for Lana's Facebook group there. And right there in the corner here is the QR code for PayPal for, I think, overseas or in Canada. Hopefully you guys can, with your phone on that one. If not, let me know. And then, of course, you can email Lana. Let me just go find that email again. I was trying to I'm almost got it. 1 second. Here it is. It's Alana King _8229. I'll just drop that in a second in the chat. She wants to thank you guys all for all the love and support for Jack and Lily. And she got flooded with you guys that were requesting it. I still have to do it, but I decided my husband was like, honey, come lie down. And I'm like, I was like, literally within minutes, I was out like a light till 3:45. And Kent was trying to call me. And anyways, I got up about 3:45. And Kent, I think it's your fault. You gave me a stomach ache or something. It went away now, but I was like,
nice excuse.
I feel like you projected that on me with the fish and chips and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
No, I said maybe.
Yeah. Now I wanted to think again. There's people. I know that there's some. I've tried to respond to some people in that it's a crime and shame messenger one, and I know I've seen some more emails come in. Oh yes, okay. Nova. I see you got an email for me. Somebody, Mike had sent a message. Cindy, thank you guys so much. Valerie, dang it. Oh, okay. Ask him to contact dogs. Yeah, so it looks like there's quite a few emails there. But don't got time because I got a lot happening right now. Hi, Lily. How are you? Hi, Rhonda. Thank you guys so much. Again, bless for everyone that has purchased some bracelets, or there's the block raffle there. What's it called again, Kent?
Block draw.
Block draw. I got block job here. But anyways, for the raffle, 25 and 25, 25% goes to one winner for Jack, one for Lily, and then 50% to go back to Jack and Lily's, again, money for material supplies, posters, and all that stuff. So it's the only fundraiser out there that's, like I said, Belinda is behind it 100%. Other than that, if anyone's doing one, chances are it's a scam, or people are trying to, make money off of that case with a fundraiser. Hi, Carol. How are you? Yeah, I just want to say this because I am so hot right now. This is just a big glass of water with ice cubes in my Scream glass, from the movie theater before. Anyways, water can sometimes taste so darn good. Oh, but especially with ice cubes, just saying. Hi, Maltese Cross. Sunshine on a rainy day. Hi. No, wait. So your name looks different. Is YouTube doing something with names? Be- because normally she has the little umbrellas and stuff. What's going on with that? What's going on with your guys' names?
Putting a number there so they can track people.
Maybe, maybe it was. You guys, I have to say this. Do I ever really read my YouTube updates? No, no.
Not
So
likely.
there's probably a YouTube update that happened that they probably would have told me about that I just didn't read. Kind of like the little crown thing when it came out. Besides your guys' names, didn't read. Yeah, but maybe they're doing it for all these. Maybe I don't know. This is guess. Maybe they're doing it so they can keep track of these people that kind of make threats and do stuff like that. Like throughout, like the bad apples. Maybe there's some sort of system. I haven't read it. I'm just guessing. Okay.
And that you're speaking to that, I want to bring that up right off the bat. I had a few disturbing phone calls this evening, not directed towards me, but other people asking for help because with some of the nonsense that's happening on YouTube, it seems like other family members and or just people that are being talked about on the different channels are being harassed, and that's not right. And I think everybody that is discussing this case on YouTube should disown it and say that it's not right. You're messing with people's lives, the people that are doing that, and it's not acceptable.
It's not. No, just give me a second here. Um, 1 second. Just need to do something here. Uh, there we go. All right. Sunshine on a rainy day. You got your wrench on there. Yeah, so did you want to expand more on that a little bit or no? Or is that good?
No, that's good. Just be kind, like to everybody.
Oh, is it to stop cloning? Like, when they come in and they use my name and stuff like that and protect, like, is that what she means? This is to stop the cloning? Because obviously cloning is, I mean, I do it at work all the time when I'm um, in a certain program. I have to clone all the time. So obviously it's like mimicking something. So is it when people uh, create names or try to use the same names? Because that's really nasty. It's only on certain channels. Maybe is it in beta? Perhaps I'm gonna have to read it. YouTube changed the settings so they can keep track. Yeah, well, one of these days I'll learn to read. Go back to school or something. Me and
Like
reading.
like I say, Lily, it wasn't myself, but it was just people that called me to see who they should call, and there was a couple that we had to put in touch with the police, and
Yeah.
so it was that serious. So nobody should have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so basically you guys on this live here, again, please just remember that up in the corner and Alana's email I've dropped a couple times now. So if you want to do send it through a bank. Ooh, there's a dog outside that. Can you hear it?
That's a little dog.
Yes. Sounds like Lily almost on a lower note. But anyway, ooh, that's because my window, you guys. So you see, obviously I'm in my bedroom here, but my window is like right beside like right there beside my computer, and it's too hot if the window's closed. And then of course, right? Can't I make it a little hotter? Sunshine, sunny, little bit, lot bit.
Nope.
Nope. Kent, you probably let's try that again. So Kent, I feel like I make it a little bit hotter by being the sun.
No.
That was a yes. That was a yes. Thank you so much, Kent. Thank you. Okay, if that dog doesn't shut up, I love animals, but don't get me wrong, that is hard on the ears. Can you hear it a lot?
Yeah, he's on the balcony. He wants off.
Yeah, right. Down 3 levels. Woo. Yeah. Okay. Ken, go ahead and talk for a second. I'm just gonna close that window for a moment. It's just it's hard to concentrate when I hear the no offense, little doggy, but you're yipping too loud. 1 second. Go ahead, Ken. Take it over for 1 second.
The little buggers seem to be louder than the big ones at times. So,
Freaking ankle biters.
yep. So Lana, after our live day this afternoon, she said that she's going to work, depending on what happens with the case, she will work for another vigil in August, as the 2nd of July is too close. And then her and a few of her helpers will decide whether they'll do monthly or bi-monthly after that. So
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
see her emails in the chat there. So if you're looking to get some of that promotion and material to be able to post in your area, if you're Canadian or Nova Scotian.
Ken, by the way, I heard that yawn during that. Don't. It's contagious. Ken, stop. Don't do that. Okay.
I wasn't yawning.
I heard it when you were sentenced there. I see now. Stop because I feel like coming on. Yeah. So I live in a gated community in apartments. Okay. I'm on the 3rd floor. Got big beautiful trees right here. I got. Anyways, it's heaven because every thing that you want. There's an alcohol store right there. There's Dairy Queen right over here. There's the stores over behind me here where I work. And it's just like, it's like the perfect thing. But obviously, somewhere near me is precious, precious little doggies. But it was hurting my eardrums, all right? All right. I mean, that's a high pitch. So I'm pretty sure doggy's fine for sure. But I
The
have
other
close,
dogs in the group are starting to bark.
right? Okay, so I thought so we're gonna get into Daniel's chats in the Facebook group and talk about those. I literally just took his screenshots of what he said. I'm not gonna sit there and show every single question. I think it should be pretty common knowledge for the most part for anyone, and if not, we'll explain, but it should be pretty common knowledge when you see the messages, what they're meaning regardless. I think we've seen enough of Daniel Martell's post or know enough about the case. And if you don't, well, then you'll have to go back to video back a couple months ago. No, right. This is about Jack and Lily. They disappeared on May 2nd of 2025. We're a few days shy here, guys. 4 days shy of basically 2 months. Exactly like the 2 months. We're at 8 weeks, but obviously 2 months. Little Lily here. She's a precious little Aries. She was born in March 22nd there. And little Jackie boy, as Belinda calls him, he's a Scorpio. He was born October 29th. So Lily was 2019. Jack, yeah, and Jack was 2020 when he was born. So even though the 2 years difference, but you know how it goes, when it's birth dates and whatever. So anyways, so that's what this is about. Of course, always Jack and Lily first. So please, if you haven't done so, please just put your DNA on that like and the share button. Please do it again for the sake of the children, the missing and the murdered, always. That's the whole point of it. It's the families that are basically asking for help, asking for awareness to the murdered and the missing and stuff like that. So that's who it means a lot to. Okay, it means a lot to this channel, obviously, that you guys help support in the fight for justice for the victims. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful. Now, I came across another song that somebody wrote. So we're going to get into the text after. But go ahead. Or is it your little thing squeaking? Because
I had a notification there, that's all.
oh, hi, Sunny. What is the bracelet and who is selling them? Jane, it's Alana, a king. So the Facebook group is pinned up top. Well, and right when you come in there, right at the pinned section. So of course, Belinda is behind this 1000%. This is the only fundraiser that is, say, approved by Belinda. There's nothing out there. If anyone else is trying to raise money for Jack and Lily, those would be ones that are either trying to scam you or make money off of a fundraiser in their name, which is sick. People try to do that stuff, especially when it comes to GoFundMe's. But this is the only approved one here, and that's Alana King that did the vigil. So again, I'll drop the email. That's the PayPal scan code up in the corner there. And like I said, you can see the bracelets here on this thumbnail. And there's like said t-shirt, sweater. You can email her if you need to ask any questions. But other than that, hit that link and then hit join. And then you can also purchase blocks in the block draw that they're doing as well. It's $10 for a block. And then you put your name on that. 25% goes to one draw for Jack, one for Lily. And then the other 50% goes back to Jack and Lily into the materials. And again, to repeat myself, that should there be a sad outcome to this case, the money will go towards 2 buddy benches at their school with Jack and Lily's names on each one. And then if, of course, the children are miraculously found alive, which would be wonderful, amazing, great, then, of course, the money will go to Jack and Lily. Okay, so thank you guys so much.
And remaining money would go to, if they're alive, would go to Jack and Lily for their future. And in the other case, it would go to, they're talking about splitting it up amongst the ground search and rescue teams.
Yeah, right. That as well. Thank you. Any money? So I sent you the email about half an hour ago. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I do want to play that song because I like to, anytime that somebody takes time out of their life to do something special for Jack and Lily. In this case, I happened to come across it. Remember how there was the one guy that I attached his song to our awareness video here? Well, there was another person, I guess, that was sitting at home strumming on the guitar. So I'm just going to play that quickly for Jack and Lily, okay? Just to appreciate someone else's kindness. Kindness, of course, is goes a long way. So please keep everything respectful within your chatter. And let's see here. Okay, so this guy's name is Curry LaVille. So I'm just going to play this song. I've only listened to just maybe 30 seconds of it. And I'm just like, I like to usually do things organically a lot with you guys at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to make it.
Jack, 2 little children over in
hey,
Nova Scotia.
Get back up there. Which one is it? Is it this one? And there we go. All right.
I'm going to do the song I just put together for them too, and hopefully bring a little more attention and more awareness. Hopefully they'll be found safe and sound. So go something like this. A little girl was leaving with her little brother Jack. The door they slid open, they never ever came back. While Mom and Dad were sleeping, they never heard a sound. Now Lily and Jack, nowhere to be found. Now the whole world is wondering, there's no Amber Alert. We'll never ever know Jack and Lily if they're hurt. They came from miles searching, not a trace they did find. Now Lily and Jack are on all our minds. We'll never give up on Lily and Jack. We'll never give up until they are back. Let's get together and pray real hard to guide them home where they belong. Oh, Canada, we're strong and we're free. How can this happen? How can this be? Those two little children out there all alone. We're looking up to God. Oh God, bring them home. We'll never give up on Lily and Jack. We'll never give up until they are back. Let's get together and pray real hard to guide them home where they belong. Lily and Jack, God bless.
Ah, that was very sweet. So again, make that smaller.
Sounds like another Newfie tune.
Gotta love these people that, spend a moment of, it's no different than Alana, myself, some other people that have done stuff for writing poems or making videos or writing songs and stuff like that. It just means, I'm sorry, but it is, to me, when some people have a knack for artsy fartsy stuff, some people don't at all. But if you don't, you can hit your DNA on that like button right there and the share. That would be amazing. But, I always appreciate it because I know myself in my heart, like when I make a video, a tribute video, or a tribute awareness video, it's my way of putting my heart to something that means something to me. And if, say, family members happen to see it or not, it's just my way of doing something special for a case. So that's why I like to do those. Now, unfortunately, whenever I do tribute videos separately, they never get the attention that they deserve. And sadly, it's because people want to see a title that says, something, crazy on top, like, bodies found. Oh, wait, that was just clickbait. Whereas me, I say, tribute videos, they just never get the attention. And to me, I don't understand that because it's kind of like if I'm making a tribute video, an awareness one, right? Like you just hope that people share it because that's exactly what it's for, to be shared so that people that don't know about it, there's a sweet little video out there, with Lily and Jack and the awareness on it and stuff like that. So I understand, but I still always will do it from the bottom of my heart. And whoever sees it, one person's better than zero, right? At the end of the day. But I appreciate this, Curry LaVille. Thank you so much for taking the time to write a song for Lily and Jack. Obviously, this case means a lot that you actually sat down and wrote a song about it. So appreciate that. Prayers for Lily and Jack. Any word if Janie will do an interview? Not that I'm aware of at all. Let's see here.
Her and Belinda have chatted a little bit, though.
Yeah, Belinda
Yeah,
and Janie.
they did make contact.
Yeah. Pretty much what Belinda said there is kind of like what we talked about yesterday. Everything that Darren said, besides a couple maybe mix-ups, was the same thing. Besides that, I think it was that Janie's brother called it 8:38. So I didn't really want to press Belinda too much on that because, sometimes, there wasn't much more Belinda said than what pretty much Darren had put out there, besides a few, mistakes to that a little bit, or got confused on saying a few things. But anyways, as for that, probably not. I don't feel like she will, to be honest with you. I don't. But we're hoping that Sloan Bell is right, and tomorrow Well, we'll give her till Monday. Let's be fair. We'll give her to June 30th. That hopefully that there's some rumbling going on with Lily and Jack. Let me just quickly look at the poll for a second. I've done a couple polls and I keep forgetting to read them a couple times lately. My bad. My bad. So, do you feel that things are heating up in the case? And did you hit the like and share for Lily and Jack? 25% said yes, I think they're alive. Yes, 24% said yes, RCMP are close. It's all a bunch of noise, 21%. And True Serum for them all is ranking number one at 30%. Did Durwood copy Sloan Bella? No.
I don't think he's enough of an online person
Yeah.
to see Sloan Bella.
See, look at Ben's name too. Ben's got a XU2VG beside it. Never actually looked at my name. But Native Girl.
I'm telling you, they're giving you tracking numbers. So be careful what you say, people.
Love you, YouTube. You're the best. You're the most awesome. I so appreciate the 30% that you deduct from all the money that comes in. That's oh wait, better not go that road. They're like loan sharks. Like, we make this, that's our cut. Thank you so much. Hello, oh my god, 2 lives in one day. I know, right? But then that's again though, Wendy, because I can't really do a ton of lives this week coming up because I just have I have to work 12 to 8 Monday. My birthday is Thursday, and I'll be spending it after I have the day off, don't I? Wait, I have the day off. Wow, we could get it live in the morning at some point, right? Because we're not going to go out for dinner till after she's done work. Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah. We can just.
When's Charmaine's family leaving?
Yeah, right. You guys know I can hang by myself and do a live, but it's always nice when there's somebody up with me. It allows me to run to the bathroom and go, "Hey, take over, please." And so I appreciate that. Now, okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna stop screen. We're gonna get so apparently Daniel, was talking in a Facebook group, and so I just literally I didn't feel the need to show everyone's conversations with their names. I don't feel the need to that. So I just literally, with this case, I think we know enough about it that we can take a look and that we can go through it. And thanks, Chris Dawson. I swear to God, I thought that was an A before. Dawson. Chris Dawson. We'll just say Chris. Chris. Yeah. Thank you for the super sticker. That's a pound right there. Pounds. Kent. From across
yesterday was members only, Jackson. It was a doozy.
Yeah, yesterday it was a members only. Again, if somebody does want to become a member, you can join. It's $1.99 a month. Even if it's just that you want to watch a members live and pay the $1.99. But anyways, so again, no disrespect to anyone, but members do pay to be members for a reason, and so they deserve extra perks. All this other stuff is free, right? But members, they pay to be members. So nobody be offended that you can't watch a members live and stuff like that, because obviously if you don't want to pay the $1.99 to become a member and you just want to watch free lives, and that's what we're here. But for the members, they pay for it, right?
Y'all missed Sonny singing.
Oh yeah, we were playing some music. So basically, members' lives are really like they're just YOLO type lives where they're just loosey goosey. Yeah. Talk about whatever. Talk about cases. Have some fun. Sometimes we played some music, right? We played Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise's birthday, by the way, is July 3rd as well. Okay, some of you guys might think he's a bit of a nut job, with his whole Scientology. Don't really care. Top Gun, all that stuff. Tom Cruise. Be wacky all you want, dude. I just appreciate that his fact that his birthday's on the same day as mine, or mine's on the same day as him. And Risky Business, we were playing for the song for that one yesterday.
Runs with Scissors is trolling. It's not that we're running with one man's story. scissors. We're just trying to put information out there, and that information came from family or extended family members, and everybody is crying for information. Take it as you will, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
And no one is looking for money. The fundraiser we're talking about is to help print missing person posters. They're talking about doing T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to be involved, just don't.
You know what? With a name like Run with Scissors, that is the pot calling the kettle black on that one. But anyways, if you make any more comments like that, you can leave now where I'll gladly take your ass out of here, because it's comments like that that means that you live a miserable life and have miserable things to say, and we're not dense. You must think that you're the smartest person somehow in the room. Run with Scissors, and we're just stupid and we fell off the turnip truck yesterday. Why don't you wake up? Why don't you learn to listen with your ears and see exactly what's getting put out there? Now, I'm sorry if I'm going up your ass and down the other, but I really hate stupid comments like yours. It's people like you that honestly just piss me off with your stupidity. Sorry, just calling a spade a spade. So thank you. It's turning into a circus. Why am I not surprised? Well, it's people like you that make a circus too as well, right? But I'm not going to actually listen to you because I don't have the time of day for dumbasses like that. Sorry. I just honestly, we're here for Jack and Lily, and these people come in going, so what? Now you're making like there's a person that's like those another person. As soon as I seen it come in on my iPad, people that don't even donate or don't even care, they're the ones that bitch about money and they bitch about stuff like that. Like, wake up, people! I guess you guys are all stupid out there, and we're taking one man's word, or we're being smart and listening to everything. How about them apples, right? I would rather hear from family than some stupid rumor out there. Absolutely. And Darren is part of the family from Malaya's side. You don't have to believe in anything that any of them are saying. I mean, at the end of the day, we know Malaya and Daniel are definitely lying regardless, right? But hey, if they're going to speak, I'm going to sit there and allow them to. They want to talk on here? Absolutely. Right? Right. No, I always come in late. Gosh. Hi, Alana. So again, this is Alana. This is the one that's holding the fundraiser for Jack and Lily. Actually, I'll put that back up one more time quickly before we go back over to the post. Okay, guys. So this is the fundraiser. Again, Alana King, thank you so much for all you're doing for Jack and Lily. Thank you for holding the vigil for Jack and Lily. And again, that's wait, oh, sorry, that's the wrong copy and paste. That's for the gentleman that was singing on there. Oh my goodness, I had your thing up there. Anyways, pinned up to the top, you guys. Of course, just click on that link for Alana's Facebook group. Hit the join button. The PayPal is in the right-hand corner of it. Again, for anyone coming in, the money goes for the bracelets, for the T-shirts, for the sweatshirts, for the materials, for posters and stuff like that. If you don't believe or don't want to choose to get a bracelet for Jack and Lily and stuff like that, you don't have to. Nobody's twisting anybody's arms here. It's for the people like myself that, and Lana, don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. As soon as I get off this live, last one I fell asleep right after it, but I'm getting myself 5 bracelets and buying a draw slot there for the thing. Why? Because, I just want to support Jack and Lily. I want to support Alana. I want to support Belinda. I want to support the children. If they get benches out of this, or if it goes to them, or if it helps the searchers towards that, then so be it. I'll definitely do it regardless. But not everybody has something to give, right? So if you don't, then hit the like button, hit the share button. Those are free. Being nice, being kind is free. So let's be kind to each other. We don't need asses.
Angry Rabbit, I never heard of that before. What do you mean about the RCMP using the Sioux technique? I never heard what that means. Use me.
Oh, bless you. Mm-hmm. Bless you. Okay. I gotta get Alana's email again just to post it. Oh, it's right here. I got it. Alana, she's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Coming in late. Naughty corner, naughty corner. There's Alana's email, okay? Days ago. Oh, Ben. Ben. How you doing, Ben? Miss me? Yeah. Thanks for being here, buddy. How much did I miss? A lot. You might have to go back all the way to the start and rewind and watch it. A lot coming out. Sloan Bella's channel was talking about family member close to Malaya's side, a stepdad or something. Yeah, absolutely. We watched it yesterday again in the members live as well. If you guys haven't heard of Sloan Bella, just look her up on YouTube there, Sloan Bella, and just put in Jack and Lily. I just personally like her. I came across her a long time ago. I find her just very direct and straight to the point. I do love that. And then there's Aphrodite too that did one, which another person. It's these people that aren't really into necessarily just straight true crime. They do a little bit of true crime along with, celebrity stuff and stuff like that. I like what I feel is just good, wholesome, honest people. I'm attracted to those personalities. Exactly. That's what I say, right, Karen? Get your own damn channel. You want to preach stuff and like that? Make a channel, make a difference, is what I got to say. And other than that, for those ones that are the negative nannies that come out of the woodwork, right? We don't need them. We do not need them in here. It's like having venom just suction right to you. No, thank you. It was so weird in that live yesterday when that NY Neo was like, we were having a live and we were talking about stuff. And the most weirdest comment, he's like, I didn't realize this until now, but there's all this negativity going on. I'm like, dude, what planet did you drop from? Seriously. It was just crazy, some people. Anyways, I can't do that kind of stupid. But anyways, okay. So let's bring these up
They're
for
wanting to drop the link for Lana there again.
the link's up top in
For
the
her
pin.
email. No, but for her email.
I literally just dropped it, but let's do it again.
Jane Trier is looking for. You can email Lana King, Jane, and then she can take care of you whatever way that you need to send, whether it's PayPal or e-transfer.
Uh-huh. I was just getting in now. What was the 50th birthday celebration? Do you know? I know that mine will be 56 on July 3rd. And I have a twin sister that has to grow old with me. Thank you.
And mine was 49, not 50, so don't get me there yet.
Oh, you're almost there. You're about over that mountain. You're just like tilting there on there. Thanks, got it. Perfect. Okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you guys for the amazing members live yesterday. That was fun. We talked about true crime. We talked about personal stuff. We played some music and stuff like that. So anyways, hope you guys all had a great night. Thank you guys today for supporting Alana and Jack and Lily, of course. And please continue it. We'll talk about it each live that we do at the start and stuff like that. But Belinda joined us this morning. Again, to show that because some people out there, they just want to bitch, and say, what are the funds going for? What are you doing with the money? But yet they probably don't even donate shit either, those ones. It's always those people that don't do anything. They just go, what are you doing with the money? I should know everything. Tell me everything. Give me what you got. Sounds familiar, Dee. But anyway, so let's Belinda is amazing. Absolutely. I think she needs a rest, to be honest. I feel like in my heart that she probably just needs a little bit of a break. Like, I'll probably just give her a break and not mess it. Like I messaged her to see how she's doing, but I feel like, she's been through a lot this week. She came in and did a live, first time doing it. She spoke. We were on it for 5.5 hours. She talked to Janie. She probably needs a little bit of calm. She just needs her garden, her feng shui swing garden there going on there. But anyways, Yeah, I think she could just use a little bit of her time, you know, and then watch. You know what happens when that happens. Next thing you know, kaboom, answers start coming out of the woodwork. But anyways, so hey, Ken, can you see the screen well? Thanks, Badette. Boom, boom.
What screen? I'm in the chat room.
Oh, right, you can't. You can't. Okay, so I'm gonna make this bigger, you guys, and we're just gonna go through it. So again, I only took the screenshots of what Daniel was saying, and it was just people were asking questions in a Facebook group, and so obviously, I think this is the first one here, and I just literally cut. I didn't want to put in everyone else's names and stuff like that. I'm just not into that part unless it's from us, our own conversations typically. But because everyone should know this case pretty well, we should be able to decipher every single one of these messages here. So the first one says, she will go as long as she can, but will crack after her mental health is put to the test with exams. So, again, this is from Daniel talking about Malaya. Um, I love it when he says like this, though. I'm saying too much. Oh, no, 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 Daniel. You know exactly what you're doing. Cut cut the crap on that stuff. You're just a little talkity thing. At the end of the day, oh, actually, hold on a second. Kent.
Yeah.
Kent. I just
Yeah.
before we get into this, okay, here's my thought just off the top of my head. So what if besides the two are liars, right? How they told the story, but what if it was the reason why the lying was going on? Just what if, bear with me, people. So, what if they were lying? Because obviously, Daniel, was drooling over Malaya, probably still is, but not as much, perhaps. But, and so the children, she did, let's just say she did do something with them, right? And again, kind of got caught by, Janie over there and acted strange and whatever, and said, hey, yeah, I think they're in the woods, but meanwhile a vehicle takes them off and stuff like that. Maybe the reason why Malaya is acting like this and almost coming across like she doesn't care is because of hiding, in a sense, taking the children. Now Daniel, of course, doesn't believe Malaya had like that. That's not really her doing. That she was obviously probably coerced by, the evil mother-in-law there, or not technically, right? Because they're not married. But but what if Daniel lied about for Malaya because obviously he doesn't want to see her get in trouble, and you know how it is. People lie. They're in love. They lie. Okay, it happens. Um, and of course, it did get at him. But you think that there's a possibility, besides we know that they lied, is that Malaya did do that with the children? That's why she seems so content and on the beach, or I don't even. Her hair's too long. People, come on now. Her hair. If you guys seen her hair, there's no way her hair is all long and flowing 2 months later, like it's showing in that picture.
Extensions.
Right? No, come on now. If the world would rock their socks if we heard that she had extensions on top of going to the beach on there. But just, I mean, honestly, that her hair, somebody in Dolly said that yesterday, because I wasn't overly paying attention to that, because we brought it up in the members live, but we didn't really get into it because I was like, oh, right. But anyway,
but we all say that, like, because there was no normal motherly reaction from day one.
What?
The only explanation that people can think that a mother will have that reaction that she has had is if she knows.
Well, absolutely. So maybe she actually does know why she's acting the way she is. And maybe Daniel is passing his polygraph and is telling the truth now. But he lied for the sake of Malaya because he didn't, because he knew that some shit was going on. I mean, Daniel said to Charmaine that I believe that her mom has everything to do with the children missing. And he was digging into it. But he doesn't believe, like, he believes that Malay is being controlled. Maybe he doesn't think that so much now, but Daniels seemed to be under the impression that Malay is this freaking wallflower that is so fragile that, you know, he has to protect her at every single level. But I'm just thinking in my head, maybe there's truth, okay, on the side of hope for Jack and Lily, people. But maybe there's truth to the fact that, in a sense, I say this loosely, that Daniel really didn't do anything to the children. Malaya knows exactly where the children are. That's why she's acting like that. And she's coming across where she's like, you know, the truth will be told, because she really does, you know, come across like somebody that just doesn't almost give a shit if you were looking from the outside in. But maybe it's just because she knows. So I truly hope that there's truth, you know, to this. I
Because
really
you got
do.
to remember, Daniel also said in those messages that he wished he could tell us the most. And I know he didn't use the word intimate, but there's lots of details about her family that he wished that he could tell us, but he couldn't.
He did call him a little cray cray. They could be a little cray cray, like you said. but yeah, I was just like kind of thinking about that, you know, like maybe the fact that, you know, this was a case of Malaya wanting out of the relationship. Whatever. Now Daniel's going to claim in here that the only person that was doing the abusing, if anything, was Malaya. Okay. Now we can look at that a couple different ways. I mean, we can look at it just like when somebody's pissed off and they're like, what the hell? I did all this. Well, we know that he's not an angel and he didn't fall off from, you know, the heavens above with freaking angel wings there. Even although he's portraying so much about all the stuff that he's done for Jack and Lily. I mean, there could be a lot of truth to that, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes that happens, right? You get the depressed wife or whatever, you know, lazy mofo, and that the other half does all the work, whether it's wife, husband, you know. But
I don't believe he done much searching in the woods. I said when he was claiming about doing all that searching in the woods, and he could have fell on a rock and split his head open, or got impaled by a thing, a stick. My response to that is, how come he wasn't complaining about the bugs and the ticks like the real searchers were?
He
If he
did.
was in the woods, he would have been picking ticks off of them for a week.
He did. I
He
seen
did
it
what?
complain about it. I seen him in an article.
Oh, I never seen that interview.
I did. Well, it was in an article. And don't forget, like I said, always a reminder that definitely news clips are edited and that. So they might have, for the searchers, they might have went down that road like, oh, you poor searchers, you guys are working your asses so hard, which they are. Don't get me wrong, you know. But for Daniel's interview, they don't want to hear about the ticks. They just want to hear, you know, the stuff that brings excitement to the news, right? Stuff that.
But I'm just saying, because he's making that comment about that he could have slipped on a rock. Well, they weren't worried about the searchers slipping on a rock. Like, no, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't think Aaron will be joining us anytime soon, Jackson.
Oh, Darren?
Yeah, Jackson was asking if he was going to be joining us tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was already on earlier today. He said what he had to say. And at this moment, he says he's done with it, but that's the second time he said that. But we'll see. You know, at some point, right? You know, people just do. They get fed up. They fight the fight, and then it gets a little bit too much and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys, everyone, for being here again. If you're just coming in, please hit that like and the share. But Dad said you're going to go talk to Malaya. Badette. I don't know why I have this word give at the end of this. I must have been typing really fast on there. I don't even, maybe I don't know. I don't know how it got there. Cindy, okay. Is there would, yeah. So, okay. You said that. Okay. So let's go back to these guys. Okay. So it said, so of course, Daniel says I'm saying too much. No, you're not saying enough, right? You're not, just clear up the truth. And maybe he is somewhat. But either way, he keeps dripping stuff everywhere. So let's see here. Daniel says, I believe they're alive, and Malaya knows who took and drove them off the property. Obviously, we've talked about that. That's what we were talking about the other day about Janie's information, about the boot print. You're calling her out? But you go call
And
her
in
out.
that instance, people were asking Daniel, what does he believe now happened? So that's
Yeah. Well, I got the ones I have, and then if there's something missing, Kent, that you saw, then feel free to add to it. Malaya will crack soon. Not one person in her family speaks to bring the kids' attention. Kids home. Well, this is pretty much true. Um, no one knew. I started after. Okay, so this is about the postpartum here, guys. Well, obviously we knew because Belinda told us that Daniel told us about the postpartum. So no one knew it started after Meadow was born. So again, that's about the postpartum issue when Daniel's saying that Malaya was worse than postpartum. So basically, everything was about Meadow, 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 Meadow. She also said that the kids are in the woods. Stupid me believed that, and I searched and searched, all right, because apparently Malaya, like Janie was like, well, where's the kids or whatever, and she's like, oh, they're whatever playing in the woods. And so that's kind of where that part comes from, because again, it obviously turned into possibly something bigger than she could have ever imagined, perhaps. um, Now Daniel says they can't, then the kids would be moved to a different location, meaning I think it's talking about her family like people from her family speaking out and stuff like that. Like, can't really talk about it or else the kids are going to get moved again, is how I'm taking that.
yeah,
What do you
that's
see?
what the people were asking you.
Okay. This one says, I believe they're alive. Okay, wait, I already read that. Wait, did I put up the same one again? I'm saying too much. I just put this one up, didn't I? Oh, she was okay. So this part we already saw, the first two. Daniel says she was going to take a break that day. That's why she made the mistake with Meadow. So the day he's talking about is the day that she took off to the Shubby reservation, right? It was the Shubby one, right?
Should be,
Nicole?
yep.
Shuby. So basically, she was going to break that day, and that's why she made the mistake with Meadow. And then we know that CPS took over there and took Meadow because she broke her agreement. Then Daniel says, yeah, we know him. He's Malaya's family. They're talking about Darwin. Okay, that's who they're talking about right there. Yes, we know him. He's Malaya's family. And then this question says, my kids, yes, great with mine. Someone asked about Malaya, how was she with Daniel's other kids? And yeah, he said, my kids, yes, great with mine. And Daniel says, in this one, it's ruining all of this province's faith. Um, how would you take that one? I mean, I know what it means really, but how would you just say that one,
Well,
Ken?
in the chat room, they were saying like, how is it affecting you? And he come back with the answer that, well, it's not affecting me; it's affecting the mental. Like
Mhm.
everybody's getting worn out because of what's going on, and that's what we were talking to in relation to at the beginning. It's like when people are seeing stuff on YouTube, they're then going and running it, and this is the locals more or less than people in the chats because God knows where you're all from. But there's locals that are going and driving by houses at 2 o'clock in the morning, shining the lights on the houses, hollering, saying, "Oh, well, we know you got the kids, bring them out," and like it's just nonsense the way that they're bothering people and
Mhm.
trying to involve them when they ain't even the main family. But they're just doing this because people are talking on YouTube.
Yeah. Just quickly, there's 187 likes. Please, From the bottom of my heart, for Jack and Lily, you guys, 439 of you are watching, zero from Twitter. So that means you're all in this channel, 447 right now. Could you guys please hit the like and the share button, or at least minimum the like? That would be awesome. Can we get those likes up, guys? Again, Belinda just simply asked, hey, please keep the awareness of the case out there, keep their faces out there, and that's all she's asking. She's provided an enormous amount of information. She's truly, I mean, I know Daniel feels like he is, and he could possibly be too, but Belinda's the only one that has no stake in the game, that is the only one out there fighting real hard vocally, and letting us see tons of messages, for the fight for Jack and Lily, for answers. So if you guys could do that, that would be great. Okay, do that for Jack and Lily. Okay, I'm just gonna hit. Yeah, you guys rock, because you guys rock, because you guys literally just took that from 180 to 223. Yeah, keep it going, guys. Please keep it going. Just that little click away. Okay, so now let's go to the next one here. Number 3. Okay, so yeah, she wants birth certificate, school pics, and one stuffed animal for Lily and Jack. Well, Jack, his was dinosaur. Lily was a unicorn. Okay, that's what I remember that. And Meadow was a giraffe, by the way. So yeah, she wants birth certificate, school pics, and one stuffed animal for Lily and Jack. Daniel says, no one good thing. She went on and on about the trauma for the first year over and over again. I had to say to her, stop it. So that point right there, guys, people are asking about Cody, which is, of course, Belinda's son, the paternal father of Jack and Lily. And they're basically asking, like, what they're trying to think about is if Malaya is leaving for the same reasons why she left Cody versus Daniel. And Daniel's obviously saying that he rescued her from that relationship. Now, there was a person that Malaya was dating between Cody and Daniel, okay? Just know that. But anyways, according to Belinda had already said that. But basically, yeah. Now, I do want to say this, guys, just quickly, if you don't mind. When I was leaving my second marriage, so my first marriage that I was only married for 2 years of, I was with someone for 15 to 26 and 26 to 45, whatever 18 years is, guys. But anyways, when I was leaving my last marriage with my ex-husband, with the father of our son Matthew, it was one of those things that honestly, no, sorry, my bad. I had to take that back. When I left my first relationship, which was very abusive, and I've talked about it already, right? Anyways, very abusive. I stayed in it. My fault, my bad, live and learn, right? But when I met my ex-husband now, the father of our child there, Matthew, honestly, if he said anything with tone or ignorance, which whatever, I was taking no shit from no man at any point. And there was times that I was having, I would say, what do you want to call that when I don't even know what I call it. When somebody says a trigger and then I go into explode mode because I'm like having deja vu moments about that relationship. Because when I left Dion, and that was when I was 26 years old, I met my now ex-husband of 18 years, Steve, a different Steve than the one I'm married to now, about 6 months after that 11-year relationship. I was in no mood to put up with anybody's shit again at that point. I was very strong. In fact, I was too strong. And I had to come realize it, but meaning at the time, I felt like, of course, I could handle things, but sometimes it's too soon. So it might have been a little bit too soon to meet somebody. And I just sometimes I would literally, like he'd almost have to pin me down to stop me from freaking swinging at him for saying something ignorant. And I'd be like, really? You're gonna really? Because I was so tight, like I was so used to being hit and called names all the time. So when I say that, you guys, I'm talking about black eyes, couldn't walk for a week, thrown into bathtubs, smothered with a pillow, all that stuff. Yes, stupid me. I get it. I learned a lot. So when someone even tried to hold my hands, so when my ex tried to hold my hands, oh, you want to see a fighter come out? No, 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 no. You get your hands off of me. So I did have a lot of trauma for about a year where I literally had to say to myself, look, Steve, my ex, does not deserve that part of me. I'm the one that's obviously probably jumped into a relationship a bit too soon instead of letting myself heal properly. And so I literally took my brain, of course, that God gave me and said, look, you need to cut back on this strength, this newfound strength that you got, because it was unfair that he had to have the repercussions of that relationship. But no matter what, it's still something that I, regardless, had to deal with inside because I'm the one that suffered the abuse at my own fault for that long. It wasn't his fault, it was mine. So I can understand what he's saying here about Malaya for about the first year because I had to tell myself to knock it off because it wasn't fair. And I feel like this is what he's saying in this one. Just FYI, anyone that's can associate, on there, get it? But okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that because obviously if there, the relationship with Cody and Malaya, obviously wasn't the best, okay? Again, she did date someone else in between that, and then she went to Daniel. So it's obviously someone that likes being in relationships and, went from one to another to another. And then, so Daniel says here, it's not her hiding them. And that's what I'm saying. So when he spoke to Charmaine, what he said was basically poor Malaya, almost like Malaya's being controlled by this evil monster named Cindy Murray, that she's the wicked woman of a mother-in-law, and that this is all her doing, and it's not her hiding him. So this is how warped his brain probably is. He's like, this is where his mindset's at, right? If he honestly thinks that Malaya is all innocent, of any of all this, no, bullshit. She probably is easily swayed and convinced and stuff like that and manipulated. She's probably easy, but to think that she hasn't had a part of this, well, then who is the one then supposedly that put them into a vehicle, right? You think all of a sudden Cindy freaking pulled up, pedal to the metal, and was like, vroom, 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 kids, get in here, right?
She wasn't there till afterwards.
Exactly.
Kristen Michelle, she wants these kids returned. Hope they are not harmed and stuff. We haven't heard that directly from her since day one or day two. If you are a friend,
Come back, Henry.
Like just the odd post asking for the kids to be returned safely, would probably sway public perception in that, just in my opinion. And yes, these were conversations that happened today in the Facebook group. Somebody else asked that.
Yes. You know what? Somebody wants receipts. I'm not going to sit here and say what Facebook group it's from. I already know who it's from. If you guys know who it's from, I was sent these by someone in that on my messenger. I'm not even going to say the name, to be honest with you, because I'm, there's no need to say the name. But anyways, thankful for sending these. I went through them. I just took out the parts where Daniel was talking for them. These are legit receipts. Obviously, you can take that with a grain of salt or not, but you guys can tell by the picture. Like, so Daniel, let me go to Daniel's Facebook for a second, actually.
And
Because,
just go to the Facebook groups and scroll back. You'll see the conversations there.
oh, yeah, absolutely. So Daniel has two Facebooks, right? One with his old relationship with Christy.
Christy.
Um, yeah, Christy, right? Martell.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then he has his other one, but he has his picture with Meadow and himself on his Facebook that most people know about. Now, so that's what I'm not, that's a part is like, is this an old conversation? Um,
Well, it only appeared today in the chat. So
oh, okay. So, okay. Because he's not using that picture. He's using the one with Meadow and
but being
himself.
in the chat room, he might have been using the
Maybe.
other one. Like, you don't know, right?
I mean, either way, these are his words. They're no different than how Daniel talks, regardless.
Yeah.
So I believe 100% that this is Daniel. He's saying the exact same things that about this case. So he says, I can't go on to the res because it's too dangerous for me. I believe that to be true, to be honest. Um, so that's what he's talking about there, the reservation. Daniel says she doesn't have the mental foresight to understand the complex.
I don't think any of them do.
I don't think any of them do. Yes. She doesn't have the I feel like some psychologists just came out of this conversation here. She doesn't have the mental foresight to understand the complex nature of what she was about to do. Two missing kids at the same time, one in a million, right? Okay. Now, so although I feel like a therapist just came out of this woodwork here all of a sudden, um, I mean, if it's true, it's not if what Daniel is speaking is the truth, okay? Now, the truth amongst the lies. If he was lying for Malaya, and that's why and Malaya's interview was so horrible, this don't you think, Kent, that this could make sense though? That Daniel is actually being truthful and had nothing to do with the kids. Malaya is acting like she's doesn't have not a care in the world is almost what it seems like. But she fucked up with Meadow and broke the agreement. Lapse of bad judgment, obviously, by that, considering Meadow seems to mean everything to her, and Jack and Lily were getting pushed to the side. But don't you think that possibly this could have a ring of truth?
You never know.
You never
But
know.
Angie, these messages weren't sent to anybody. It wasn't a conversation between any of us, and this was just general conversation of him answering questions in one of the Facebook groups, and I can't even remember. It was one of the Jack and Lily missing, bring them home or something like that. Today, this afternoon, he was in there this afternoon answering these things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's just so odd to not be true, right? I guess is the way to put it. Like, it makes it ring sensible and plausible, but it's just nonsense. Like,
well, it's so strange that's why it could have some truth to it, because it's almost like the RCMP, it's one of those things. Obviously, if the kids were missing in the woods, they would have been found. They don't believe this was a stranger abduction, which leaves it back to the family then, of the children missing. Now, at any point, these people are not the brightest bulbs in the world, right? For Pete's sakes on this one, right? Meaning it's not like I doubt that they were sitting there watching every true crime episode and was like, this is what we're going to do. So it does seem like it's plausible that because of how the RCMP is, I just feel like that somebody should have been charged within the first freaking week, if at least within the first couple weeks for sure. But that's why I think that there's more to this than meets the eye, like Daniel says. Um, I'm just trying to think obviously logically here, because to me there's two people, Daniel and Malaya.
Yeah.
Possibly more, but for sure them that know exactly what happened and why and where, perhaps the whodunit mystery. Yeah, yeah. Just feeling like, you know, that this could have some truth. Sloan Bella, you better be. I want to hear from you by June 30th. Just saying. I want to hear something. Wouldn't it be? It would be so wonderful if these two children were alive, you know. And I would love for the family members, Belinda, to see her grandbabies. I just want them to be okay. I really just, like any child, you just want them to be okay. But this one has craziness to it. This is the absurd, one of those absurd cases where it should have been easy to figure out, you would think, but obviously not. But the RCMP, they'll come out in their when they're good and ready to with any information, and we're not going to be putting no pressure on them, like meaning they're not going to fall to our pressure on the regardless. But why is it okay? Let me read the last message. No, actually, why is it that you think that RCMP doesn't give two shits about my phone calls to them, or to major crime scene unit, other people's, Darren's? Why do you think that is, though?
Well, like
Like,
I say, as we had a little bit of discussion this afternoon,
mm-hmm,
I think the RCMP have their theory or their case,
mm-hmm,
but they just don't know who or what vehicle. And that's the tip that they're waiting for somebody is either, okay, who was the one, if it was, as Darren said, who was the driver? Because that person can or should be able to tell us where the kids were, not necessarily where they are now.
yeah,
If they had a plate number of a vehicle, they would
yeah,
have been able to track that vehicle.
right.
And in the third case, wherever the kids are now, if they're alive.
Well,
So if they have one of those three things
yeah,
come in on a tip,
yeah,
then that they're going to be the ones that are going to be given priority. And the moment that you say that you're from YouTube or you're listening to YouTube
yeah,
and you've been all this, they might just dismiss that because they have their belief of what happened and they're just looking for the clue that's going to crack the case
yeah, yeah.
or prove
Well,
the case.
we'll see. We'll see. Um, now, okay, so what we were reading here, guys. So these are texts from a Facebook group. I know the Facebook group. So I know that this Facebook group is a good Facebook group. It's not the name that you said. It's close.
Yeah,
Um,
it's one of them Facebook
yeah,
groups.
yeah.
It's
And
not
so
it's not one of the real crazy ones. There's crazier ones than this one.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like I say, I was able to go back because I'm in this group as well, and I
right.
was able to scroll back after the person that sent them to me to notify that I to see them. I went back and you could read through the chat,
Yeah.
and there was 8 or 10 people that were in between each one, so there was just screenshots. So you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing I want to be very clear on myself, um, just quickly, is that from following cases, right? Because I've been in true crime for 5 years, so from following cases, um, it's not like they have this magical way of looking through hours and hundreds of hours of video footage, and because they have to get like search warrants for cellular phones for, so meaning that stuff takes time, guys. It does. Knowing Brian Koberger's case. But just know that, okay, that the amount of digital data that they have to go through is absorbent. So meaning it just doesn't happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Again, you have to get search warrants, for the cell towers and stuff like that. You have to, have good reason for that, of course. So it's not like they can just go, well, let me just open up the Chubby reservation and go check every home out there. No, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. They have to have, a search warrant. They have to have their precise information. But just know that following true crime, it doesn't just happen overnight when it comes to the digital data part. And I'm sure that they're still sifting through just tons of information. Regardless, right, if charges come out, that they have to have their ducks in a row, and they're going to do it, and they're going to do it right.
And even to get a search warrant, they need more than hearsay. They need to have sufficient evidence.
They do, absolutely.
So, like, you can say that they're on a reserve, but that's not enough to get a search warrant to go on the reserve. And no, they don't need a search warrant if the chiefs and stuff give them permission. But just for an instance, and I'll use this as an excuse or an example, and I'm not saying that they are on the Shuby Reserve, but if they are, to me, that would be kind of not very intelligent, because there's an RCMP detachment on the Shuby Reserve. So, do you think that's the wisest place to take them if you were taking them? I don't.
I don't.
But that doesn't mean that they're not somewhere else.
Well, that's just it, right? I don't know anything about when it comes to CPS on the reservations and what it just, but the part that doesn't make sense is like, hey, everyone, public, the children, have been located, and then, obviously possible charges will be placed, some sort of statement or something, about the whereabouts, but I don't know, right? That's where I just don't know what the rules are with reservations versus the law enforcement, and how things are handled there, and if children are protected some way when they are on a reservation, because that's part of their, like I said, treaty thing or whatever it is, where they have certain things that they can do, because obviously, we took their land, right? So I'm not sure what the special abilities they have. I'm clueless, ignorant.
Yeah, well, like I say, most of the laws, but that, like I say, that statement about the Indigenous CPS system development, that's a new thing, and I don't know if that's coming out of the school requires, if that's one of the things that they've been working on. I don't know. All I do know is that that statement came out of was made in result of the court hearing for Daniels when they went the other day for the custody update.
It's just what's strange about this whole thing is that is the way that Malay is acting. Now, it could be described as someone that, pardon?
It could be as a result of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Like the effects of trauma.
Yeah. So, well, I just pray that the answers come soon. One way or the other, it's about Jack and Lily. That's what matters. For anyone that's asking, I put the email back for Alana for the bracelets. There's the PayPal up there as well. The link is in the description in the pinned comment there for the Facebook group, and you hit join. But as for paying for it, so for people across the country, if people want to donate and just donate money and then just say, hey, give these bracelets to the kids at Jack and Lily school or whatever, you can do that. Whatever you want to do to help support the cause for Jack and Lily, please. Again, I will take no ignorance when it comes to the sake of fundraising to help in the cause for Jack and Lily with materials, bracelets. Because that bracelet for me, when I get mine, when I order mine here, that will mean a lot to me, right? That will be something that I'll always have following the case. So it might mean something to you as well to have a little Lily and Jack bracelet, knowing that it was a case that you followed, it was close to your heart, whatever you want to deem it as. Again, but I will put up with no ignorance from any comments to say about, like we had a couple people earlier in the earlier morning live that going, why would you donate before they found a blah, 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 blah. Shut the F up. Don't care. This is about Jack and Lily supporting. Belinda's behind it. Alana did the vigil. This is out of the bottom of her heart, just like us, right? We just care about this case. And there's some people that go the extra mile in a sense, because it means a lot by writing a song, by doing all this stuff. Like, do you know how much effort this takes for Alana to do? Right? This isn't her child. It's a case she cares about. And she's passionate about helping. So please don't disrespect Alana in any way. Again, we don't want the negative people in here that are the buzz killers of the world. We only want positive. Either you want to do something, you want to get bracelets, you want to support, do the draw block. You don't have to. But for the people that do, knowing that the materials, and again, if Lily and Jack, we have a sad outcome, they're going to have buddy benches and the money's going to go to this, rest of it will go to the searchers, right? Towards them if we don't get, well, I guess you wouldn't need the searchers if it has a sad outcome there, will you? But at the end of the day, and if Jack and Lily are found, then obviously the money will go, any of the remaining proceeds after this stuff for bracelets and that will go to Jack and Lily. You guys know if there was a GoFundMe for Jack and Lily and they were alive, that thing would freaking take off beyond your wildest dreams for all the people that would be donating, for sure. That's how many people care about this case, right? Not to take away from others, but I'm telling you right now, those kids would have a nice little nest egg for them, for absolute sure. All right. Hi, Lenny. How are you? Again, I hear my husband and brother-in-law. I think they're watching fighting. Must be Saturday. Yeah, they're watching a fighting. It would blow up. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go back to these messages right here. Whoops. I'll take that off the screen. Wait, what did I do with us? I didn't mean to do that. Let's fix that. I meant to do that. And take that off. Right, Mark? Okay, so she fell in love with Meadow, and Jack and Lily fell to the wayside. I lived it. I took care of Lily and Jack. She only cared for Meadow. Well, as we know from his previous messages with Charmaine and what he's been saying in those messages, that's what he's been saying, is that she had worse than postpartum depression, that basically all she cared about was being on her phone, and Jack and Lily fell to the wayside, and all she cared about was Meadow. So, but in saying that, I mean, obviously if she removed the kids, right, Jack and Lily, she obviously cares about them too. So don't quite believe that if that was true. Every mother, regardless, I get it. I get that can be favorites, and I get people can have issues with mental health issues, and the kids kind of suffer at that. It's a hard one, because you never want kids to suffer, but people also go through different types of freaking mental health issues going on in their life. No one's really immune to depression or anxiety and stuff unless you're special. Most people have something going on, but some people can pull their brains back. Others, it's harder. They need help, assistance, and possibly the postpartum is kind of like the autism, where it's possible. I don't know if it was diagnosed or not. There you go. Get your bracelets. Here, Belinda approved. There you go, Mark. Mark, thank you so much for doing that. Posting links and doing that. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Okay. So that was that one. So this one. Okay. She doesn't want them, only Meadow, Daniel says. Daniel, was Malaya good around your kids? That's okay. So that's the one where it says, my kids, yes. Great with mine. And then he says this comment about her Barbie top is here at my place. Oh, I'm coming to your speaker again. Boom, 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 boom. Now, can you explain that Barbie top better than me?
No.
Okay. So he's like, her Barbie top is here at my place. And maybe it was that people, I'm not sure, you guys. I'm thinking that people were talking, is that what she had on was the Barbie top, and he's saying her Barbie top is at here at my place. And he says, I have everything the kids own and all Malaya's belongings as well. Nothing took nothing except 2 of my shirts she stole. And that's when, so remember how he was in Dolly Vision's world talking about sweaters? Apparently they're t-shirts. He said sweaters, but t-shirts. Nothing. So nothing took except 2 of my shirts she stole. One dark navy blue and one was white. And then there's this odd kind of message that says the clothes were something that morning by whom. It's almost like I think somebody asked a question, and that was kind of like his comment back, like the clothes were that morning by whom. Not sure what the person was saying. So when he was answering, it's kind of like when somebody gets messaged a lot, and then some of the answers will show later, because someone's answering multiple different messages, so they don't necessarily get answered in alignment with it. So let's see here. So then this one, can you please tell us, Daniel, what you believe Lily and Jack were wearing? And then he said, I wore, okay, and then this is all part of the same thing, okay? Then he says, I wore both during the search, navy blue and the first night, and the white one the second night. So he's going back to those tops. And then this person says, okay, that's wild. And he goes, I can't tell you because it's part of the investigation. And I think that goes back to, can you please tell us, Daniel, what you believe Lily and Jack were wearing? I'm not sure, but that's kind of the flow of this conversation. And then he says, on clothes they wore. Oh, I can't tell you because it's part of the investigation on the clothes they wore. Okay, I feel like that's all meshing there. And then he says, the kids. Yes, the kids. I'm not even actually sure because that came right after. It was normal days for me, but she had different plans. So basically, it's like he says, whatever, woke up. Remember how they told the story? There was like a normal day for him going on, but obviously she had different plans with what was going to happen that day. They don't have on what we think they had on. Ooh, actually, I'm just kind of seeing that one now. They don't have on what we think they had on. I'll leave it there. Okay. And then he says, another one of Daniel's famous lines, I'm playing with fire, speaking out. Now I don't think he has a problem. I don't think you're playing with fire at all. I think you know exactly what you're doing on speaking out, and you should speak out, to be honest. The RCMP will do their job, right?
As long as it's truthful. Don't tell a story.
Yeah. As long as it's truthful, exactly. And then he's asked, Daniel Martell, is her lawyer family or criminal, do you know? And Daniel says, we both have family lawyers, court battle for Meadow. Mm-hmm. Now, and then Elan, what was her name? No, Chris. Anyways, then they ask Daniel, but he never, meaning there was no more of the conversation I have. So unless you know, there was somebody that said right after this, Daniel, can you see your other 2 kids? But that's where the messages stopped. So did you see an answer for that one?
No. I seen it was cut off still.
Okay. Because, I mean, a lot of us are wondering that if he has access to his other two kids now. Now, his other two children live in Halifax on there, but I don't know. So
I
it was just,
don't, from the way that he was talking, I don't think he will. He might get supervised visits the same as what he has with Meadow, until the case is dealt with, is what I sort of understand reading between the lines. But
so, okay. So, Alana, so she's saying that they were sent out before I knew. Yes, I was upset they were sent out because Sunny is in my group. She would have seen them all, and I didn't know the reason behind them being sent. No, Alana. I'll tell you right now, I had no clue, um, honestly, until later. Like, I didn't, somebody had sent me messages and I hadn't looked at them. I literally don't read Facebook group stuff. I was sent these messages, and when I looked at the top, then I was like, oh, wait, isn't that Alana's group? Updates Lily and Jack or whatever, for them. But I want to be respectful with how these were put out, because obviously, to me, anything the family says to me is important. It gives us insight into, um,
and
the
that's
day.
why you cut them and just took his, because
Absolutely.
everybody else in the chat, there was no need of anybody else seeing their
Yeah.
profiles,
So,
because they'd be just on there
yeah.
harassing them.
I am not a Facebook reader. Charmaine does all Facebook reading, or Kent over here. I've been sent them a couple of times, to be honest with you. And I had only looked at them just shortly before, or after, a little after the last live. I finally figured out how to look at my messenger for my It's a Criming Shame, because I know how to do it on my iPad, but I always get, we'll just say, a little angst when I deal with Meta. That pisses me off. But so, yeah, no, I can guarantee you did not see any of these up until I was sent them. I don't do Facebook groups unless I absolutely have to. It's just, I avoid them with the plague. Yeah. If you get me in a Facebook group and somebody's being nasty, yeah, my loose lips will probably sink ships on that one. So I just avoid anything to do. I don't even know where the chat is for this. Just saying. So yeah, so if you honestly think I go there to look at it or I seen them, 100,000% nope. I'm just not a Facebook person. I used to be when it was easy. Used to be really easy until the whole meta thing came around. And then it takes me here and there, and it just got so confusing where they had everything. And that's why when we were doing the vigil, like, I'm like, Charmaine, Simon, help me here. I don't want to look like an idiot. I said, what page is this vigil on? And so me and Charmaine, like, we're just like, well, Charmaine was better than me, but she's like, like, here's the link. And I'm like, well, where is it? Like, are we on the right page? Right. And I'm kind of panicking. Right. And Charmaine's like, well, I don't know. And so we're kind of asking people in the chat, like, you guys, are we like on the right page or something like that? Anyways, and then it just so happened that it finally showed up, that the video started playing for the vigil. And I was just like, thanks. Me and Facebook don't like each other. That's why today even it was like, Alana, where's your stuff? Where's your stuff? What do I do? Where do I click? She's like, I'll tag you in it. And I'm like, great. I don't see a tag. Where is it? So everything to do with this whole posting of Jack and Lily's fundraiser. So I have a little bit more knowledge now than I did earlier today, thanks to Alana and people that helped me. I am just not Facebook savvy. It's just not my thing. When something's not your thing and you don't really care if you learn about it or not, that would be me. Yeah. But I knew I had to do it in this case. If I was going to talk about it, I had to be able to show, which reminds me, I'm going to stop screen there, share screen. I'll go to that. So this is the one with the link that's up top. Okay, guys. So this is for Jack and Lily. This is Alana's place where Jack and Lily updates, bring them home. So Kent, just to ask you, if I was, just since I'm here, if, where would these messages have been, by the way? In here? No.
What do you mean?
Well, like these messages that were in the Facebook group that I was sent. Where's the
It's in the like in one of the chat groups. And I know Alana was saying that she's saying it was in hers or whatever.
Is it maybe general chat in this thing here? Maybe that's
it.
Anyway.
And you can only scroll back so far usually, but so you probably, like I say, that was this afternoon, so I have my doubts that you would.
Oh no, I'm not going
to
less anymore anyway. But this is for the people that are joining that click that link. Again, this is like the bracelets. Okay, guys. Bree Middleton has been very generous enough to keep making digital type posters for Lily and Jack. This is the bracelet one here. There's the, hey, Kent, you're right here. I see you talking. Right here in this here. Your name's right here. Yeah. I'm stalking.
Yeah, no, I comment sometimes if I see somebody too outrageous.
Yeah. No, I know that there was the block thing here. Okay, bracelets are here. Okay, so this is talking about the bracelets here, like we were just talking about. Oh wait, this is the one here, you guys. This is the block draw. Yep. So just trying to give you guys, can you guys see this okay? Ooh, maybe I should make it bigger. Okay, let me take this off there as well. Okay, so this is the block draw here for anyone, I guess. So it's $10 per block, 2 winners, one for Jack, one for Lily. 25% of the total goes to each winner. The remaining 50% goes towards awareness materials. And then how it works. Each person who chooses a block will be entered into the draw via wheel. For Lily's draw, the wheel will spin 6 times. She's 6 years old. For Jack's, I don't even know how to run these things. So good on you there, Alana. Jack's will spin 4 times since he's 4 years old. And it looks like we're getting some more names. You guys, all these need to be filled right here. So again, the PayPal's on the screen. I think right here. Whoops, if I haven't done it.
Email.
You guys, this is the email right here for Alana King _8229 @hotmail.com. This is to do with, again, Jack and Lily. Belinda is 1,000% behind this. It's the only fundraiser that is legit, that is approved by Belinda, or stands behind it, I should say, and stands behind Alana and her work in the fight for trying to help with whatever she can for Lily and Jack. So, Drippy, I got banned to girl. I'm free. I feel for you. I got banned to I don't know what they're saying there. Banned
they're talking about getting banned off of Facebook if they're too controversial.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't talk in groups, because people
put in Facebook jail.
Yeah, I mean, people piss me off when they start. Like, honestly, they're toxic, right? That's why I don't do them. I for the cause, absolutely. For joining in chat groups, no. And I don't need that type of freaking mental health issues going on, to be honest. It's toxic. I've been in it. That's why I stay away from them, because it's just this mean people in there, right? So yeah, right? That's why I don't even do my own one for Messenger, the Facebooks, even though. So what happened when I made my own for It's a Crime and Shame, and that's why I said to people yesterday, don't even bother to go look in there. Why? Because I have it on private. In order to even get in the group, you had to answer 3 questions, and you had to be a sub of this. Because why? Because I don't put up with bullshit. I'd probably freaking kick everyone's ass out of there if I let every, person in there, because I just don't do drama. I don't like drama. I think it's a waste of time. People can be very mean spirited. And I came across that 5 years ago with a bunch of beaches from some Facebook groups with the Delphi murder case. And I was like, nope, no, 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 no. So I joined it simply because I wanted to watch the vigil and support Lana for somebody doing that and do this stuff, but not for the sake of chatting in the chat. Not going to happen. Don't care to.
Politics can be a controversial discussion whether you're on Facebook or not, Drippy.
There's enough going on in YouTube land here. Don't need added stuff, Some people like their Facebooks and stuff for that. I use mine for Messenger and posting my lives. There's enough controversial stuff in the YouTube channels.
Well,
yeah,
I use Facebook as what I believe it should be for, and that's talking to friends that might live further away than just picking up the phone and saying hello, and distributing information like about fundraising groups and like doing like a ham and salad dinner here or whatever. Like that's what I do. Like I don't put a whole lot of personal information on it because
exactly, that's the thing. Yeah. Alana says, I don't just kick people out. I just don't put up with the crap that others groups do. I solely focus on Jack and Lily, not the BS. So that's why I don't go in them because again, too many people get off topic and they start being very nasty and mean, and I just don't do them. And I'm not a person to take anybody's crap either. And that's why I just stay away from them. But, like for instance, I went in the Pictou one and they were being nasty. They were being nasty in there, with those receipts. They don't need to say that kind of talk, but they think that they can just be nasty and mean. And so me and Charmaine left that group as fast as we pretty much joined it, because I'm not there to put up with people's drama, and sit there and take their shit. Don't care. You can be from Pictou County all you want, but if you're nasty, and you're kind of like hiding behind a Facebook group, who cares? I don't care where
that must have been the PC Uncensored, was it?
Not sure. Again, it was a struggle just to.
I had to lead that one.
Yeah, Charmaine invited me. We left. I was just like, big, zero care level. I was gonna say the big F, word, but big FU there. But, but anyways, yeah. I can't even talk about Facebook groups. That's how much they bug me when it comes to group chats. Sunny Alana said a lady bought 85. Oh, did I miss that? Where was that? Kent, how did you not? Well, you can't even see the chat.
Yes, I'm looking at the chat.
Oh, you okay? So
I'm just scrolling. I'm just getting to that. That's cool.
That's so great. Well, I mean, I did challenge somebody to buy 1,000 of them. Not gonna lie. Yeah. And I just want to thank Chris again and Badette. Thank you guys for your super stickers. Thank you guys in chat for all your love and support that we've been doing. I just posted funny memes on Facebook. I don't go into them. Yeah. Mind you, I don't want to get on a whole freaking Facebook fed because I could sit there and make a whole new live just on that stuff. Julie Sylvia, she booted me today for sharing the screen. Oh, they're sharing on, well, a lot of groups, sometimes they don't like you posting outside of the groups. Again, I don't know the rules. I'd probably be a rule breaker myself, to be honest with you. I just don't do it. I better shut up about it. Oh, you like little tangents, yeah. Well, I just thought, yeah, just not my thing. I'm here to support Jack and Lily. That's what I'm here to do. Support Alana for Jack and Lily. Support Belinda for Jack and Lily. That's for the rest of the chatter. No, thanks you. But thank you, regardless. I appreciated the screenshots, even though I didn't know they existed. Like, I guess I could have went and looked, but I just didn't know where to go look, to be honest with you. And I honestly didn't care enough. I figured we already know. Like, I just like to have the knowledge, right? Like for me and you guys, there's nothing in here. Daniel's not being ignorant. Again, I didn't put out anybody else's names to it. I just didn't feel like it was needed. Because we know the case well enough that the comments really are, in a sense, are self-explanatory for the most part. But I just like every driplet when family members are talking, as best as I can, because it's just about the insight into the case, right? So all the messages that Daniel's putting out there, whether it was to Charmaine or in the group today, I guess, or to other people that we've seen, other ones, that's what I enjoy, because it's like putting puzzle pieces together. And the more somebody speaks, the more you see if they're full of it, or if maybe that they actually are telling the truth and that things do
I
align.
think we have to kick Armadon's
Who?
or Amy Adams, maybe? It's all together, so it might be Amy Adams. She called you a hypocrite. She said you're in the group and shared them too.
I didn't know they couldn't be shared. Amy. She's a hypocrite. You know what, Amy? I'm just gonna say this very nicely. Kiss my ass. Kiss my sweet ass. Thank you so much. And thank you. So this is someone that you call Dumb and Dumber. Right? Because obviously, I didn't even know, like, meaning I saw the screenshots. It wasn't until the end. I didn't know that you couldn't share them. Why? Like, I wouldn't know that. I didn't read them. Right? So I'm not going to sit there and lie to somebody and go, yeah, I secretly knew that they were in there myself. I didn't even have a clue it was from Lana's group. I'm not into that trivial shit, but I did look up and I was like, wait, isn't that Lana's, group up there on there? But again, and at the end of the day, they were sent to me, and I thought, regardless, I was respectful with them. And I apologize for nothing, to be honest, on that. I was respectful. I didn't use people's names, show people's big conversations going on. So all I wanted to do, like I do with you guys all, is share the information when it comes to the family on there.
I guess she was referring that somebody else was a hypocrite, but she didn't have any other info there, so who was I supposed to expect was a hypocrite?
So
we can't read between words. We can read between lines, but we can't read between words.
Ben, did I do a little fudge? No, she said. Shouldn't she clearly say she's a hypocrite? She's in the Facebook group.
Yeah, but I think she must have been referring to somebody else, they said.
If I was wrong, I feel bad then. Because I have those moments when I look at something and you read it, and all I saw was you're a hypocrite, you're in the Facebook group, and I'm just like, ooh, now you got my little tentacles up.
Well, that's what caught my
eye. Yeah. My bad. Apologies. Probably not going to take the time to unblock you now that I blocked you, because it would take me a lot more effort to do that than it is to block you. My bad if I read that wrong. I'm not even going to go back to it. Anyways, let's get the focus back here. Well, actually, you know what? No. We're at that point now where we'll just talk about some more about the case here. Again, it's about Jack and Lily. So, this is my second live, okay, people? And I'm a bit tired, not going to lie. I could be probably, see that bed right behind me? I could probably jump on that and be like 3 sheets to the wind for sure. I'd probably suffocate myself in my pillow with my fan blowing on my face because it gets so hot here. But anyways, thank you to that person that bought 85 bracelets for Jack and Lily. The challenge was 1,000, but that's close. 85. That's so nice. Wow. Amy, how are you? Okay, I think you guys are talking obviously about getting banned from the group, Alana's group there. Hey, if you didn't follow the rules, and you got a licking, is what it is. I'm not the owner of that channel. Not Sunny Kent. I don't know what that one's out. People are so rude at times.
That was a reference to us talking about Amy being a hypocrite or calling you a hypocrite. She wasn't referring to you, I guess.
Oh,
But like I say, we can read between lines, but we can't read between words.
Yeah.
Put a couple more words if you're referring to somebody else, and don't just put Sonny, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, I know, right? That text to, looking at something, you can misconstrue it easily a little bit. And I'm one of those ones, if I catch something that I deem it as ignorant, I'm just like, no patience, gone, no patience. Hello, everyone. Do we have 393? No, we have 303 likes. If you guys haven't hit that like, please do it for Jack and Lily. And okay, well, let me repeat this one more time. So, Alana is fundraising for Jack and Lily. The money goes to materials, to the bracelets, to all that stuff out there for the t-shirts and the screening and whatever that it costs. And basically, please help out. Belinda's behind this fundraiser. It's the only legit one out there. Anyone else is either doing it for scamming or profit to their own fundraisers for Jack and Lily. Not true. This is the only one that we know of that is out there. And that's by Alana, who did the vigil. Okay. So in the right-hand corner is the PayPal link. So if you're overseas, and even if you want to just donate money and offer the bracelets to the kids at the school, for those kids, absolutely.
That's covered now. That's covered now.
Why?
The bracelets for the kids at school, she got that all covered.
Well, how many kids would go to the school? Was it like 96 or something?
85.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's give the town some bracelets, shall we then? Okay, then. So, again, if the children are not found alive or something has happened to them, sadly, that they'll go to the buddy benches for the school for Jack and for Lily. Also, to help with the searchers. Now, if the children are found alive, praise the Lord that they are, then Jack and Lily will get the funds to help.
And trust.
Yeah, in trust, yeah. Okay, I read all the messages. Thank you, Sunny Kent, for spreading awareness for the children. Yeah. Well, again, I just feel like the more information that we have, obviously it's about Jack and Lily first and foremost, right? Secondary to Jack and Lily is about the information coming out. So Jack and Lily are the most important things here. But behind Jack and Lily, it's obviously there's no answers. People want to talk about it. People want to know why this oddity is happening with this case. If it was one of those things that they were found or that instantly someone was arrested for their disappearance, but that's not what's happening. It's a bunch of cray stuff going on. We don't know the answers. We might think we know the answers, but I'm right down the middle here. I literally am right down the middle at this point. I'm not sure to go left or to go right in a sense, because when somebody proves that they're lying already, you can't trust much else after that. So for somebody that keeps preaching, sorry, Daniel, but you did. You preached it, I don't know how many times now, about the fact that you're truthful, right? And then it's like, oopsie daisy, but what about that lie? What about that lie? So when somebody lies, to get their respect back from anyone, it takes a long time to build that back. So now, when you could have had credibility, but I guess, I get it. If you lied at the time in a moment of, you know, craziness going on, but you know what? All you had to do was own up to it right away and be like, you know what? This is true. But maybe the RCMP like, no, 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 don't put stuff out there to social media, blah, 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 blah. And, little by little, he keeps doing it because he's like, I mean, he knows his ass was targeted for sure and possibly still is for all we know, right? I mean, there's two people that were in the home the day that the children disappeared. One was called Daniel and the other one was called Malaya. And then there was Janie that was on the property as well, in the camper, the fifth wheel type of idea. So just want answers. Jack and Lily, they deserve it. They deserve the like and the share. They do. Daniel and Malaya don't. They don't deserve the like and the share. But you know what? These kids do. I'm not East Tennessee, and it's hot, hot, hot here. What is the degrees here? Now, let's see. Kent, do you have anything else you want to gibber about at all? Like, is there anything? Because we're at that point now where the live's going to end soon here. So,
yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to whoever the person was that we brung the idea up this afternoon about getting the kids all bracelets at the school. So that's great. Anybody else that is buying it for their own use or just to help support Alana to be able to print and distribute more posters is great, because the more eyes that sees the kids on the poster could be the eyes that the RCMP need to say, well, I seen these kids.
Yeah.
So it's Jack and Lily, and hopefully we can have good news.
Well, that's just it, right? I mean, I still want to thank Darren, Daniel, Logan, and Belinda. Well, I should say Belinda first and foremost, because she's been a solid warrior throughout the fight for Jack and Lily, knowing that these are her precious grandbabies, okay? Even to the father, Cody, just because he walked away and stuff like that, for his own reasons. And some people might sit there and think, oh, deadbeat dad or this or that. He's a human being still too. These are his kids. He never would have expected this to happen to his children. And I'm sure his heart is hurting badly with this situation, regardless. There is bloodline, okay? But Belinda, she has been, like I said, just superb. A+ in her effort for fighting for Jack and Lily. These are her grandbabies. I don't go to bed at night with my child missing, right? You most of you guys, that have experienced a child missing, I want to say, I remember when I was living in Coquitlam here, and I was living in townhouses, your typical old brown townhouses from the 80s or whatever, those ones. And, a lot of us were just really good neighbors to each other, right? You knew kind of a lot of people around. My son played with many of the kids. There was a tennis thing, which was a play thing in a park right there. But anyways, this one day, this lady, she was a Spanish lady, if I'm not mistaken. And she had this look of worry. And the whole complex of people that were around, she's trying to find her son. And she has that look of just, being so panicked is the word I'm looking for. Panicked. And we're all going around the complex, down the roads, hollering this child's name. Now, thankfully, this child, what happened with this child was they were playing hide and seek, and he hid in, you guys. So along the townhomes was bushes, right? Decorational bushes. And he fell asleep. This child fell asleep in those bushes playing hide and go seek. And so finally, he was found. And of course, to the mother's relief, it was one of those heart stoppers, right? Because even for a second, if my son was out of my sight, I would panic instantly. But So for anyone and that's watching that this live and stuff like that, if you've ever been with that through your child, you guys know the panic that goes through you instantly. But it's been 2 months for Jack and Lily, right? 2 months we're coming up to in literally 4 days, the second. That's cray cray, right? No answers yet. Do I absolutely pray that Daniel lied and he literally has nothing to do with the disappearance and that Malaya shooted them off in a car and then other people took control of the kids? And that's what's maybe Sloan Bella was talking about in her thing. I don't care, psychic or not. I pray that that's all true. And the fact that Daniel, before we ever watched Sloan Bella, because I had sent it to Daniel, in Messenger, but not like he ever talked to me in Messenger at all. In fact, only Charmaine he spoke to, But meaning Daniel had already said this in a conversation to Charmaine about thinking that Malaya's family had something to do with it, that there's more than meets the eye. And it could be all true. It really could, because for so long we're kind of, perhaps going, okay, well, Daniel did something to the kids. Wait, Malaya, wait, what? But honestly, it really could be true that Daniel, although he was being dishonest and why Malaya's interview was so sketchy because she knew she was lying. Okay, there's no mother in this world that literally says, unless you are literally lying through your teeth, it was scripted. Okay. Probably Daniel covering up for Malaya's ass because he had a feeling that this wasn't right. Possibly true, right? She sent me on a wild goose chase into the woods. She had me believing that the kids were over there, and my dumbass was sitting there searching for them, Meanwhile, Malaya's interview, there's no person in this mother in this chat room that's going to be like, well, it was raining yesterday, but today is sunny, and I just hope that they're warm.
And I'm out of here.
Are you out of here?
No, but that's what she did.
Oh, yeah. And I'm out of here. Yeah. I sent it to him because he was saying exactly to Charmaine what Sloan Bella was saying. So I was like, oh my God, like, Daniel, this is exactly what you were saying. So take a look at this. So yeah, I did send it to him for that reason. Absolutely. Because we don't know if Daniel did something or didn't do something to the children. But his line of thinking was the same as what Sloan Bella was talking about for like in the general sense of that the children basically were driven away. And Sloan Bella kept saying, the mother, this is to the mother's, type of thing. She said, I don't feel like the stepdad, although he might be a jerk off or a bit of an a-hole and stuff like that, she said, but sorry about that, but that's what she said. Maybe she didn't say a-hole, which is close enough. But anyways, and then, so she said, this is to the mother, this is to the mother, this is to the mother. The mother has basically done something with the children and hid them, but then she doesn't know what happened to the children at that point. She knows that she basically was the one that did it. But anyways, it followed the same line of thinking that he was talking about with Charmaine. And so I was like, yeah, Daniel, you got to see this dude. And it's not like he looked at it, but he might have. Like he might have went there, but he didn't look at my message to show that he seen my message. But I don't care. Again, we don't know that Daniel did anything to the kids. We don't know that Malaya and the kids could be having their life, being taken care of by chance, better than what they were. They're home, I'm hoping and praying for that. I want that day to come. Absolutely. So I'll hold on to that. So I'm just in the middle with all this. When it comes to Daniel Malaya, they're doing lying. They're saying things. Maybe Daniel is trying to pop out and try to give more truth by doing these things. I still think he should get his ass on his own channel, Pokemon, and put out a video himself and, explain if he's going to talk, if you're going to say things, just freaking record your own ass video on your own channel and put it out there for the public.
And turn off comments. Just make the statement.
Turn off comments. I mean, Daniel obviously got to see Meadow the other day. And good
Yes.
for him, you know? Good for him. Now, I want to ask you guys, though, if they literally felt like this, that Daniel did something to the Jack and Lily, do you think that they would still offer up visits regardless? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody know?
They are supervised visits, but
Yeah, true
yeah,
enough.
no, I think if they believe that he did
But he passed polygraph. Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
harm, I don't think there would be visits until the case was cleared, but that's just my own opinion.
Yeah. Mama Angie, there's no way. There's no way. Her video came out at a certain time. The conversation with Charmaine happened. There's no way, right? You're thinking in hindsight now, but there's no way. He was already telling that story before Bella put out her live, so there's no way.
Yeah, those first comments of Daniel, it wasn't a complete story
Wasn't it complete?
to Charmaine, but he was definitely leaning along those lines.
Well, he basically said it. I mean, that he believes that Cindy had something to do with it. Malaya was innocent, and he wished he could get into more details. He said there's more than meets the eye. But
exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna say good night, all. Sonny will be waving off here, and just prayers for Jack and Lily, and hopefully we have answers sooner than later.
Yeah.
Night, all.
Kent, thank you. Thank you for
You're
being
welcome.
such an amazing guy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kent. You know, even if you had fish and chips, whatever. I'll have those on Thursday. My twin, so again, it's one of my twins' birthday on Thursday. We'll be turning 56 together. Blah. Then I gotta kick Kent. He doesn't obviously know how to leave properly. So I'm going to be having was making me so jealous because I do not like seafood. My mom didn't grow us up on seafood. I've tried certain things of seafood. I've tried lobster. Okay. And this whole freaking sushi shit. Ugh. I hate sticky rice. I think it tastes like shit too, to go with that. But I've tried. Okay. I don't mind battered shrimp. That's really good. But to eat a shrimp by itself, not going to happen. That's why I like fish and chips. It was always the batter part that I love the most with the tartar sauce. So whenever I go out, I always have fish and chips. Yes, I did. Oh, when I had fish and chips, oh no, my husband ordered it in for me. Huge portion. Beats Brown's where I normally get it from. There was like 2 big ass pieces of fish and chips in there. And I was like, oh, where did he get that from? Oh, because I'm going to have to ask him because it was good. Fries were good too. Yeah. Sea urchin? No, my stepdad, he used to buy those freaking rolled up oysters and shit in the tins. And then I'd sit there and like with grotesque a look at as I was a kid, about 8 years old, he'd sit there and twist it. And my stepdad, okay, if you guys think that Lily is loud, my stepdad was loud. If he was anywhere in public, that man was loud. But anyways, so he'd sit there and twist it open, and then he'd put it to his mouth, and he'd be like, and he'd purposely do that to me. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, right? And I'm just like, just a little bit. Disgusting. But I do like fish and chips. Do love fish and chips. I don't like salmon. No. My ex-husband, he's a fisherman hunter. So we'd go down to the Hope, over to Hope to the lake there. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna tell a quick little story here. So at the Hope Bar, it's like people one by one fishing. Okay, one by one. You know, everyone fish on. Okay, this one day, this raft comes by, or boat or raft or whatever you want to call it, you know, full of the indigenous tribe from that area. They, not even going to lie, they purposely went right along where people were casting and basically had this look like F you white people. This is our fish, our land, and I'm letting you guys know that. They literally had biggest smirks on their face as they literally went by in their little raft, going, our fish, you guys are just outsiders. But I mean, honestly, at that Hope Bar, you guys, it's just, there's maybe about 2 feet between each person. And other than that, it's just a bunch of rods, right? You can catch like the spring fish, and salmon, So my ex-husband, fly fisher, he was just a fisherman through and through on that. But so my son, I always wanted him to make his own choices, right? So he would be sitting there chopping along on his little salmon and stuff like that. And then out of the blue, Matt says, I don't like salmon. I'm like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean? Dad cooks salmon all the time for you, and you always eat it. And also, just one day, he just decided when Nanny was out from Newfoundland, he just decided he didn't like salmon anymore. He sat down. I said, no. You need to eat this. You like salmon. He ate it, but honestly, I don't even think that he eats it anymore. But it was just kind of like one day he just decided he didn't like it. Fish sandwich. Salmon is good. You know what I can't stand? I know we're we're done with the part of the live now. You know what? Now I'm just talking to you. We're just having a conversation, friends and family. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Something about fish. Something about that. The smell. Oh no! You might as well stick curry underneath my nose. Not when someone's cooking fish, that smell just freaking floats out somebody's window, seeps underneath their mats, and comes out, and I can smell it. And I can't stand the smell. And everyone always says to me, well, you haven't had mine. Mine's the best. I make it so awesomely great. No, you don't. None of your guys' tasted good. It's all slimy shit to me and smells and has this taste to it. And I don't feel like picking bones out of stuff or sitting there eating caviar and stuff. Throw batter on it, put some tartar sauce on it, maybe not on the shrimp, but those are really good too. The fact with the shrimp is that I barely eat it, but I like it. But I don't eat it because it's fishy stuff. But yet I'll eat fish and chips. Give me that. Yeah. The stank of it all. Good night. Yeah, for anyone that's leaving, thank you guys so much for your love and support. Hit that like and share for Lily and Jack. Mackerel. Oh, don't even go there. Only use okay, yeah, right. The only reason why I know that, Trippy, is because I played a game. That's how I met my husband of 10 years almost here on July 11th. Is for who's from England, by the way. Except for what, the Aussie accent is still chef's kiss. Okay, the British one comes secondary to that. Just gonna say, sorry, husband, said it. The only reason why I know of these names is because I played a game called RuneScape. And in RuneScape, it's like, what is it called? Morph game or MORPG type of thing. Game where you go fishing, right? You go cooking. You got to cook the fish after. So in the little game, right, which is like virtual people, you make yourself, you got little towns everywhere, and you're walking along going, oh, I think I'll collect gems today. Oh, I think I'll go fishing today. Oh, I think I'll do this. So anyways, so that's how I got to know a lot of these fish names like bass, mackerel, sturgeon, stuff like that. And then, you go to the freaking little home and you cook it. Some of the times they burn if your cooking level's not high enough. You get what I'm saying? You're Aussie? Don't see a male creeping out there. Short. Yeah. I still like your accent, though. But the male accent. It's like butter. But close enough. Close enough. As long as you can go deep and talk deep like that. Sonny, you know, good day, where you at? Good day, good day. I remember this one time I was working a job and this person comes in, puts on a hat, and she starts speaking Aussie. She didn't speak Aussie, but she did a damn good accent. Good night, beautiful people. Good night. Ben, 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 Ben. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. But Ben, do you have the twang of the Aussie? I mean, you just moved there though, but you weren't born Aussie. You know, you only moved there now, right? Because you know you love it. You know, my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies is Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, oi, exactly. Oi. Actually, there's this guy that me and my husband watch. Um, what's his name? Something Day. He's got a YouTube channel and he always is going out for 2 or 3 days and you know, and he's always like what he has a catchphrase thing that he always does. And he always smacks at his phone when he's doing something. Doggy, doggy. He always says that doggy. He goes, "Hey, my doggies, how's it going?" You know, do. Steve Irwin. Oh my God, I loved watching Steve Irwin. I felt so bad for his wife because they were best friends. He's got beautiful children. They got some grandchildren now. But you know, I remember when his wife was speaking, and it was just so heartbreaking. You know, because that's how I always feel about my relationships. Well, besides the first one, no, but my second one with my ex-husband Steve, he was my best friend. You know, um, till he wasn't. But my husband now, it's kind of like when you have that just that really good relationship. My husband doesn't try to control me. I don't try to control him. You know, it's just like having, you know, like we have our little arguments here and there. You know, one year, about a year and a half ago, he was being a major dick, you know, type of thing. But he caught me at a bad time because I was in depression mode because at that point I didn't have a job because I lost my job from optometry because of the COVID and stuff like that. So he was feeling a lot of pressure. And yeah, he was turning a little bit into a little bit of a nasty, little meanie there a bit. Just because I know he was stressed out. But I got 21 years on my husband, okay? So I have to teach my grasshopper some of the finer details in, you know, life because I got the 21-year experience over top of him. So, you know, bless him and that. As long as he's willing to learn, that's all that matters. But there's no control in our relationship. There's no jealousy. I don't even entertain jealousy, to be honest with you. Honestly, if I have to worry about that, what you're not even going to be in my life if I have to worry about that crap. I trust you until I don't. And if I don't, done, over, gone. Don't care, right? Same thing with friends. Trust you until you show me differently and then gone. I don't have time for that shit. Shouldn't jump on top of well. That sounds like a good idea. I feel like I want to go jump on some exotic animal. You know, what's that guy? What was that guy's name? The guy that got put in jail, you know, with all the freaking cougars or stuff like that. What's his name? That, you know, you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy that sits in jail that had that big ass farm thing, and him and that lady were always bickering at each other. Sage advise. I know I got Sage in here somewhere on there. Hey Travis, how you doing? Travis Esquire 4.60 or 460. Hey Travis. Travis is a lawyer out of the Texas area. Friend of the channel comes in covering Delphi. He was on the channel when we were covering Delphi. Even though he knows I love documents, not. But there was a lot of documents going on with that case. So Travis tried to dummy it down for us people that, you know, don't understand all these court documents that come out. I do not want to jump on any animals. Sometimes my husband's an animal, just say sometimes. Sometimes I kind of want to jump on him. Sometimes, you know, he's a little bit of a cougar instead of a cub at times. I'm more the cougar, to be honest with you. He's more like the cub, you know. Hi everyone, late show. Did you know? You didn't know? Oh, I said I would, Lee. Now I got to go watch. Yeah, Lee from point A to point Z, on point the whole way. Don't skip anything on replay, Lee. Watch every grain and ounce of it on there. Yeah, sorry. More like should be Sassy Sunny, not Sassy Cassie there. Like the rhyming though. I'm just kind of reading through comments here. Oh, yeah, you already said that one. I already read that one. Don't forget, you guys, Jack and Lily put the DNA on it. Small town NZ accent. Wait, Ben, you got the New Zealand accent? You got the New Zealand accent? Because that's pretty close to the frickin' Aussie accent. Don't take offense, but it is. To the Canadians' ears, to the Americans' ears, your guys' freaking accents. Okay, you guys are on point with each other. I know you guys will disagree, but it's no different than people coming in from like these little kids saying to my husband, oh, you have a nice Aussie accent, and my husband's like, where do they even get that from? Because my husband's totally got a British accent, not even close to an Aussie accent, but when people are over the pond, we're a little bit more ignorant about this stuff. Hi, Angels, Nikki. So did you say, because I'm Ben, Ben, I'm this close to hopping on a freaking plane to come see an Aussie land, right? My husband said he wouldn't care. Just saying. My landlord is from New Zealand. So I feel, Ben, don't listen to this now. Oh, Sunny, like human animal. Wait, Ben, don't talk about human animal. That's a nut job right there. The human animal. That I'm thinking of the YouTube channel Human Animal. She's a nut job. Okay. Travis, don't know why it changed my name. That's my name on X, which I go about a month ago. Interesting on X. If you listen to X on Canada, it's overrun. My friends in Canada never say that. They never say what? What do your friends not say? And I don't know what's going on with this name stuff. Obviously, they're stalking you now. They want to know your whereabouts at all times. Yeah, no. Human animal, that's a crazy bitch. Sorry, but it's true. We are overrun, apparently. Baby oil is gross. That's just random. That's just random. Baby oil is good for a tan. Ask a New Zealand person to say 6. That's the difference. Well, Ben, go ahead, say it. I can hear you through this monitor. Joe, as long as you're not Diddy, you might be okay. Oh my God, there's that one lawyer that's calling it. And sometimes I've caught him a little bit. He's like, kind of, you can tell he's like a total New Yorker type guy, lawyer. And he's like, let's talk about D, diddler, diddly, D, diddle, 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 D, diddly, diddle, diddy, D. He always keeps saying it over and over again. I'm not even paying attention to that case. I could have. I just didn't want to get on that boat. Honestly, when it comes to these celebrities out there, ones like P. Diddy, okay, dude, do you think you were using money to do certain shit? Absolutely, you were. Yes, you were. Was it criminal, however? Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that you did criminally too. I'm sure there is. I couldn't be asked for that kind of bull crap. You know what? If you did stuff, you know what? Enjoy it. Tap on the ass. Bye-bye. Have a good day. I can't be asked with these celebs because P. Diddy, right? Sean Combs, whatever. For me, that's just someone that's so full of themselves in life. Like, here's my fur coat, my fake fur coat. I'm somebody special. I walk around, giving Justin Bieber. I mean, he's so lucky to be in my presence right now. I can't stand arrogant people at all. And when I see that type of shit, come out, I'm just like, hey, you did it. We know you. We know that you're not doing everything legitly, buddy. Maybe not, some of it's not true, but that you're probably not going to get off of all this bullshit. And it's good on you, because you're nobody special than anybody else. You might have money, but you ain't special. And I don't care to cover those type of cases. People, they might be huge and big. Don't care. Maybe if I was in it for the clicks and views and money of the channel and stuff, I would have followed it. Do not care. Just like I followed Johnny Depp. I didn't cover it on the TV, though. I watched it, but I didn't cover it. Talked about it a little. Ken Corbett, no. He wants to purchase the bracelets. He has no email and Facebook, but snail mail. Well, you can mail. You got snail mail right here. Alana King at 8229 Hotmail. That's 25-year-old account, probably, if not more. Well, mine was. I still have the original. I have Hotmail, okay, from when it first dropped. I got Hotmail. So that tells you how long I've had it for. Anyone here from London, Ontario area? If so, PM me. Someone PM her. Sonny, he doesn't have email. I thought you said snail mail. Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to put it freaking, one of those things. How do you not have an email? Come on now. Everyone can make a Gmail account. Chop, chop. If you're on a computer, you can freaking create a Gmail account. So chop, chop. Go make a Gmail account. You know what makes me laugh when I still hear about AOL? I never did AOL. I didn't care about AOL. And as soon as when Messenger came out, and then they started coming out with all this freaking TikTok-y, Snapchat stuff, I was like, no, thank you. I've got enough Messenger services and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, I just, as a person, Messenger was just a great way to communicate with people. I didn't need no snappy chat and stuff like that. And then I had to kind of learn about Twitter and stuff. Not too hard. Twitter I can handle. I can put out TikTok videos. I do have a TikTok channel there. But as you get older, you just don't care about all those stupid things that you don't need. And then you realize when you're hosting a YouTube channel, maybe I should have paid attention. Travis. Yep, there's 4 of you. He's such an idiot. I was gonna say to you, Travis, are you watching from Twitter? But I thought you would have known better on that one. Can you access a lot of the government services in Canada if you don't trust the internet access? So you kind of got to get over it. Absolutely. I believe. Oh, which reminds me, I need to place an online order tonight for groceries because I'm too lazy to shop for myself because I don't like to. Sometimes I like to go in a store. Everything I do is Amazon, online shopping, online banking. I do it because you know why? Because I hate that trivial stuff. Someone can shop my groceries for me and all I got to do is sit on my iPad and order it and have it delivered. And all I got to do is me and my husband put it away. I'm cool with that. That's how much I care about that stuff. My niece usually comes over once a week to clean, even though they're kind of sporadic. So Nisi, this is Shay Shay. Shay Shay, you need to start getting your time in order here, because Auntie can only have it done between certain windows. But, if I can have definitely, someone to clean up the part, like I clean up half. My husband does half. Then I let my niece do the other half. It's always like, Shay, priority, bathroom. You got it. Dishes or bathroom. Usually it's bathroom. But yeah, if I can make my life easy, so by all purposes, really, if you guys see me about 500 pounds in a couple of years, don't question it. It's because I don't go out and I have everything delivered to me and my job is literally 200 feet away. And when I do work from home, I literally have to roll out of bed, put my feet in the chair, and yeah. All right. So if you see double chins or, 5 chins coming down and stuff like that, give me time though. Give me time. I can achieve those goals on there. Let's see. I have Amazon problem. They have everything I never knew I wanted. Oh, we have an Amazon day coming up, guys. We do. We have, I think it's July 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. We have an Amazon day. Yeah. On there. Ben, I don't like this whole look of this Ben XU2 VJ, VG. Someone say Amazon. Okay. Dave, if Durwood can, I am sure you can figure it out. I do my shopping online and have it delivered as well. I don't love people and while in the store. So, you know what? Honestly, I'll tell you this. When I'm shopping on my iPad, I just go to the flyers, click on all the sales that I want for things that I buy, or perhaps try something that I don't necessarily buy. And then I go to my regular stuff. Thank you, Lily. Lily. Thank you, Lily. Yeah, Amazon Prime days. Wee, Jervy. Oh my god, it always makes me crack up though. It was like everyone's homes, when it's Amazon Prime, like down in the apartment in the post office, or the reception, or no, what are you going to call it? The lobby, okay? Freaking Amazon boxes, yin yang everywhere. Everyone all like these Amazons everywhere. Well, yeah, same here on this one. But somebody said something and I kind of trailed off of my thought to be at because I got deterred. Prime days. Did someone say Amazon? You said Amazon. Oh, shopping. Okay. I have it delivered as well. So my favorite thing to do on my iPad is like when I'm in the store shopping, I don't feel like looking at my stupid little phone for all the flyer stuff and figure out that. I hate it. I hate being on my phone. It sucks. I still have an iPhone 8. That's how much I care about that. I don't need a big ass phone because I got an iPad tablet, right? But anyways, it drives me crazy. So once I get in there, then my brain goes, well, let's go down all the aisles, right? But when I'm shopping online, I just go to the flyer and then I start thinking about the regular things like eggs, milk, blah, 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 coffee cream and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm good. Thank you. Because when I'm in the store, I'm just like, okay, what do we want? What do we want? Oh, right. Let me look at my phone. Fuck at my phone. No, what do we want? Stressful. I don't need that kind of stress, to be honest with you, especially since I don't really care to go grocery shopping. I don't like shopping in general, to be honest with you. I like sitting on an iPad, going to Amazon and going, I think I'll take some toilet paper, some kitty litter, some cat food, something a little for myself while I'm in there. Oh, husband, by the way, you're buying me something tonight. You don't know it yet, but you are. Just saying. We'll make an honorary American if you hit. If I hit, imagine running to the freaking American border. I feel like a Rocky speed. I'd be probably slow speed on that one, to be honest with you. It ticks me off. I have to go to the mailbox. Whoa. I can't even believe you're having those issues, Drippy. You don't have somebody to freaking like the dog to go get it for you? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I got to go downstairs once in a blue moon. I do work 2 days in the office, so I do have to go that extra, 200 feet to get there. That's stressful. Crossing over that bridge, that little bridge there, that little wooden bridge, that's about, 100 meters long, if that, that takes its toll. Crossing the street and not getting hit. Sorry, crossing the little sidewalk, to get over to that side of the street, which is still in the same complex. That's really hard on me, to be honest with you. I don't even know how I survived. Let's see. I think that Bezos guy is getting married this weekend. It was popping up. Oh, you mean Mr. Billionaire Bezos? That guy? Yeah, we don't care about him. No. Peterborough, Ontario. Greetings all. Just found this channel and love the easy, comfortable feeling in here. Well, thank you very much. You know what? I'm not going to lie, Dave. Let's go back to you, Dave. I got a comment to say about that. You know what, Dave? That's what I enjoy about this myself. Is that when I'm watching myself back, which I very rarely do, I enjoy the easy breeziness of the channel too. That it's just real, that it's just honest. Someone's just speaking from their heart. And I just kind of like the channel itself myself. So if you haven't hit that like and the share, please do so. Actually hit subscribe while you're at it. Okay, Dave? Thank you so much. All right there. I barely ever watch a live back, by the way. I do watch it sometimes if I need to go back and look for something. But other than that, No. I tried the online grocery shopping, but no. It's easy, drippy, reusable bags. I just hit pay 25 cents, bag my groceries. I'm too lazy to pull out frickin' the 50 reusable bags that I have. No, bag it for me while you're there. And then I throw the kitty litter in those ones. All right, the paper ones. Okay, that's just laziness right there, drippy at its finest. No, I have to walk to the box to get my email. I can only drive, but it's only 5 minutes walk, so I feel guilty using my car. I managed to butcher shop for 8 years, and they closed in 2022. I avoid grocery stores at all costs. It was my mom and pop shop, and they were ready to retire. I get it, honestly. So I don't really want to admit this, but I'm not a people person too much anymore. Meaning, I enjoy my time here, right? Except for the little a-holes that can come in. And I enjoy my time at work where I get to see my fellow agents and stuff. But if I had my wish, I'd be off in a log cabin where nobody was around me, no neighbors, bug off, don't want to see you here. Because as a Cancer, I need to go into my shell. I need to get rid of the noise. I need to get rid of all the energy that I have by, because I have a lot of energy, to be honest with you. But I just need my own time as well. And so as I've gotten older, that's why I miss living in like somewhere like Whitecourt, where it was 5 minutes to get around, 5 to 10 minutes tops, right? It was just chill. You felt the laid back of it versus being in the city and stuff like that. And that's all I am. I'm just a chill person, really, right? I enjoy simplistic things in life. Christmas lights, oh my God, so beautiful to look at those. Sitting there casting a fishing rod, not eating the fish, just casting it in the water. Oh my God, I could do that all day long. Just sit there, freaking in your chair with your drink to your side, your munchies, and sit there and cast out that rod. I just love staring at water. When you go to White Rock, in the waters, you're going down the hill because it's just like San Francisco on that one part. It's like going way down the hill, and the blue water from the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, is just sparkling at you, just like, come in here, come on. And then you get in there, and then you can walk out like a freaking mile before it gets to your ankles, pretty much, or maybe to your knees. Yeah. My friend Jeff. Kent, I thought you were going to sleepy. I have a friend named Jeff. Braggadocious. I used to be a people person until, well, actually, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of loonies that came out of that situation. Not going to lie. There was a bunch of them. I would literally be like, here's your glasses. They would jump about 6 feet back. Why are you even leaving your house? Honestly, if I'm putting the bag and I'm not even 6 feet near you, and you've literally jumped back 20 feet, no word of a lie, with some of these people, why the heck did you even leave your house at all? If you're this freaking ass paranoid, about the whole COVID thing or whatever, why are you even out leaving your house? And then you get the ones that were like, I'm not wearing a mask. Why? Because I have health conditions. I got health conditions going on. I'm special. Yeah, you're full of shit too. And you're just trying to play that stupid game, right? I freaking hated it when people do that. When they're so selfish that it's just like, well, I got medical conditions and I don't need to prove it. Yeah. I just freaking people like that piss me off because they're lying. You know that they're lying. Oh, the ocean. Speaking of ocean, did you get my Bay of Fundy pics? Oh, wait. Wait a second. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You want me to show those? I'm not going to do it this live. Or you want me to show those? Fun day, Monday. Nickelback. Love Nickelback. You know what? So one of our friends, by the way, so you guys know who Theory of a Dead Man is? So one of our good friends was his one of the, I think, the guitarist brother, right? So they would come over to our friend's place because it was his half brother or whatever on there. But Nickelback, so Nickelback signed Theory of a Dead Man, okay? And honestly, until Nickelback kind of changed their singing, I could never hardly tell the difference between Theory of a Dead Man and Nickelback because they sounded so much alike. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not sure if you guys have heard of Theory of a Dead Man, though. Mm-mm-mm. I was at Citadel Hill, so people can go on part of the hill that isn't fenced and watched it for free. I was thinking of doing it, but it is piss pouring and only 13 degrees. Nickelback played last night. Nice. I love Nickelback. Yeah. And who's those ones? Now I forget their name all of a sudden. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I wouldn't give you shit, Ken. Just saying. I'd give you more than shit. I wouldn't give you shit, but I'd give you more than shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at this photograph. Look at that photograph. Do, 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 do. They sound like Creed. I love Creed. I wouldn't compare them to Creed, I don't think, though. Do love Creed. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Is that right, Ben? Look at this photograph. Second pose, Sonny. Oh, yeah, Ben. Let's go. Okay. Creed are good, too. They are. Bare Naked Ladies. That's it. The Bare Naked Ladies. Yeah. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a house, a very, very, very nice house. Nah, forget it. I wouldn't buy you shit. Just saying. No, just kidding. My husband, if he heard me singing right now, he'd come in the room. Like, seriously, if he was watching me live, he'd be like, honey, you want to lose those members that are in your chat right now? You just go ahead and keep singing. Go for it. Yep. Oh, and NS during COVID, people would question you if you had, out of province license plates where people were cray-cray. Okay? Just people were cray-cray. Best band I've seen is live is 311, and I didn't know much about them until I went to the concert. Now I go every time. You rock, Sassy Cassie, rock on. Let's go. Fist bump. There we go. I've been to 2 concerts in my entire life, and they are polar opposites of each other. Right, Ben? Yeah. So, okay, Garth Brooks. Okay, yes, Garth Brooks was my first one. Oh, my God. Remember the song The Dance by Garth Brooks? Right? Love Garth Brooks. The Dance. That was mine and my ex's song, The Dance. Even though it's a song that you would not really think of as a love song that way, but whatever. Mine and my husband's song now is My Valentine. When he asked me to marry him, it was on my birthday 10 years ago. This coming, you guys, this coming birthday, July 3rd, that's when my husband asked me to marry him on my birthday. I came home, there was balloons going up the little pathway. Then there was freaking all these floaty pebble or little floaty leaf things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Roses thing. All the way from the dollar store, people. Okay. And then there was a little path of the rose petals. That's what they're called. And then it led to a big heart, and then he quickly raced and turned on the music from My Valentine. And then he come back. And then, of course, he was like, no one else is having you, Sonny. And I'm like, that's right. Special man, you. Nobody else is having you either, except for Ben. Except for Ben. Right, Ben? Even though I didn't know you then, Ben. But in my head, ESP, I'm kind of like a Sloan Bella that way. I was like, I'm pretty sure Ben is going to, you know what? Big Ben. English, right? That's where it's all coming from. Anyways, second concert I seen, guys, AC/DC. Who made who? ACD. There we go. Oh, love Def Leppard too. Never seen them. 1, 2. But I don't like crowds. I don't like people that much. Can't stand crowds. Black Sabbath. So let me be braggadocious for just a little bit here. So when I worked at Eaton's downtown, Tawny, thought you were a member. I desert you, Tawny. Ben, he knows it too. I desert you. Thank you for your membership, Tawny. Now, when I worked at Eaton's downtown, okay, if you know, you guys, if Americans would not know what Eaton's is, and you, the younger folk, would not know what Eaton's was. So Eaton's was like a big department store, like the Bay, right? Sears, the Bay, big department store. And so when I worked there, so I'll be braggadocious just a little bit here. I got to meet New Kids on the Block, the mom, and I seen the kids go up the elevator. Um, I got to meet Rocket Richard, hockey, right? I got to meet Amby Davis, Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. Sometimes I feel like that on here, right? Whenever we have like a 4 block or something like that of people, I always kind of think about the Brady Bunch because remember in the corners that they were as they popped up there. But anyways, so I got to meet Ann B. Davis. She bought one of those magnifying glasses for me. You know, when you're old and you need to see closer. She bought that. I met Lanny McDonald. He would come in, buy his wife, stupid idiot. He'd come in and buy his wife that 500 perfume that literally cost a couple dollars to make, but they charge 500 because it's an eau de parfum and it only costs a couple bucks to make. But hey, let's just charge you $4.99 for that bottle that it's in. Okay, Lanny, no problem. You want to get that for your wife? Absolutely, right? And Don Cherry, he would come in, always be in the men's looking at the ties all the time, right? So I'd walk over there going, hey, Don, how are you? Looking at ties? I think these ones are too thin for you. Anyway, Don Cherry. White Snake. White Snake. Okay. What else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I know there's more. Oh, Mike Vernon, Tim Hunter, Calgary Flames people, okay? I know there's more. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the top of my head now. Anyways, I feel like that was enough. I'm sure there's more. I had some psychic lady walk up to me and be like, if you pay me $5, I'll read you right now. I was like, no, thank you. And then the person I was working with in the men's fragrances, because I was like, you know what? Here, I'll give it to you. To be honest with you, I don't even remember what she ever said, to be honest. Probably because I didn't care. But anyway, I think she was inaccurate is why I didn't care. My first concert was Bruce Springsteen. Ah, nice, nice. Oh my God, Fleetwood Mac. Seriously, jizz, Fleetwood Mac, right? Love Fleetwood Mac. Actually, not too long ago, Tawny, I was actually listening. I know. I feel like I have a Stevie Nicks raspy, then sexy sound. It's just that when my vocals go sing stuff, it's like, right? Instead of it being beautiful angelic notes, it's like, who let the dogs out? Who, right? Yeah, but Fleetwood Mac, Bee Gees. My daughter is Rhiannon. Well, she came out later in the game though. Platinum Blonde, Queen. Gotta love Queen. Biggest hugs to Belinda. If you guys haven't hit that like in the share for Jack and Lily, please do. What are you guys talking about? You talking about like Alice Cooper? Or you're talking about Alice from the Brady Bunch that I brought up. Absolutely. Ann B. Davis. You know what was cray-cray? I'm going to tell you something cray-cray here. Is that, so Aspen Connor, a.k.a. Adam, his real name, he was a co-host until he wasn't. Anyways, Aspen, so there's this case with Brian Walsh, and he killed his wife. Okay? The idiot Google searched everything. Anyways, Brian Walsh case. Okay. So you want to talk about a small world? Adam happens to be like in freaking New York, and he's at a party taking a selfie, and guess what? That murderer, Brian Walsh, was in the picture, was in his shot. You want to tell me that that's cray-cray, guys? Seriously? So we're following this case, and then all of a sudden Adam is, I don't even know how he even freaking knew. Yeah. Alice Cooper too. Yeah, I feel like I got Stevie Nicks vibes. I love them. Ben. And stop flirting with me. It gets old. Actually, keep doing it. Aspen is in Kentucky covering the Brooks. I don't even know what trial that is, to be honest with you. And Ben. Just because I brought his name up, you don't need to tell me what he's doing. No care. No care. Right? No care. He came in here, because of Suzanne Morphew the one day. And I was being respectful and polite. Okay, not even going to get into him. But basically, you don't follow a case for 4 years and then F your partner over and go there. Everyone else is doing lives, but not Aspen. No, because he's too busy caring about what other people think of him. Right, Daniel Martell? Too busy thinking about what other people think of him. Anyways, whatever. I still wish him the best. His birthday is July 13th. Oh, it doesn't fall on a Friday, does it? But anyways, so yeah, so so he was a part of the channel he was just a regular viewer in there. The thing was, we got along amazing. Like me and him always laughed all the time. But he went to Delphi. And, when you're expecting to have some coverage because you've been watching this case for all those years, and then you're waiting for trial to come, and then they could barely get their ass because they're too busy drinking and trying to schmooze asses with people and stuff like that. And then, heaven forbid, I should have been upset about that. Just saying, heaven forbid. So, again, I never talked to him a day after that. I was like, I'm done. But anyway, so people do see Aspen Connor. He is a nice guy. Yeah. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he's a person that needs confirmations, okay? That, like, you're great. Oh, I love that picture. He needs people's confirmation. The only confirmation I need is, Sonny, you look amazing today. Well, thank you so much, Ben. Thank you. Because I can feel Ben through my mirror. If anyone doesn't understand that, me and Ben, we kind of have this like online relationship that my husband totally approves of. And so Ben has been my number one fan. I mean, I've been his too, but he's been my number one fan. He never wanted that wrench. He was like, don't want it. I forced Ben to have that wrench because he's the best tool in the shed. Telling you that much. He would always be dropping links, and then he got some stupid job or something like that. And then you don't see Ben quite as much. But anyways, it's just innocent flirting, people. Okay? Husband approves, like I said. 15-7. Okay, I guess we're done talking about bands now. Wait. Yeah, she was named Stevie Nicks and Steve Buscemi. She has googly blue eyes. So sad. Yeah. Let's not. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. That's okay. I like to ride on the wild side, Ben. You know that. My bloodhound, his name is Higgins. My daughter and I love T. Higgins and his mom. Is that from like T. Higgins? Isn't that from like don't say it. T. Higgins. I keep thinking of, come on now, you guys, Ferrari red car, Matlock, no, not Matlock, brown face, mustache, T. Higgins. Okay, come on, say it. Freaking, you guys know which one I'm talking about, right? God, what's his name? I always used to drool over him. That's where I think I remember T. Higgins from. Magnum PI. Kent, you the man. You know it. I watch that show religiously all the time. Supertramp is me. Supertramp. I kind of forgot about Supertramp. Yeah. I'm kind of a Supertramp myself, aren't I, Ben? Just saying. Little bit. Yeah. But yeah, Magnum PI. All right, yeah, Sonny is married to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Correct. You know what? I have to go with that one, Ben, because obviously he didn't have $6 million, did he? Right? If he had $6 million, do you honestly think I'd be doing this right now? Prob not. I'd probably be hosting maybe YouTube stuff from my pool, mansion, all that stuff, bling bling on, stuff like that. Yeah. Probably wouldn't be sitting here doing this. Yeah. I might be, but I doubt it. I probably wouldn't have picked true crime to definitely be in that space. Let me just go hurt from other people's sadnesses. Yeah, you're right on that. Higgins track, but ours is for a football. Whoa. Just lie to me then. Seriously, just lie to me. I'm thinking Magnum PI. Don't really want to hear anything different after that, to be honest with you. He was a luscious thing to watch, so wasn't he? My great grandfather wrote 2 scripts for Magnum PI. Really, Kent? Really? So you got the ins there from Grandpa? Only one ever aired. I gotcha. My niece's dad, he is in the Actors of Vancouver. Cause you know how like Vancouver became, like Goldie Hawn, and stuff like that. Kurt Russell live in the west side or north side of whatever Vancouver there. Why can I never think of it all of a sudden? But anyways, it became the miniature Hollywood and stuff like that. And I swear to God, I thought Johnny Depp was ours. I thought he was Canadian the whole time. I know he lived here. I thought he was ours. I didn't even realize till recently that Michael Bublé was freaking from Burnaby over here on there. Just saying. Totally forgot what I was gonna say. That yes, my niece's dad, even though he's the most pathetic real estate man ever to ever enter into real estate, he always played on the X-Files. I never watched the X-Files, but he did do this one scene where he's carrying a body out of the water at the end. Yeah, but he's always on the X-Files. Dude, Kent, no way, that's cool. Kind of cool, Kent. Kind of cool. Steve Majors, yeah. And I'm the bionic woman to my husband, by the way. I have a bionic mouth, but whatever. Close enough. Bionic. Still bionic. Did it respect? My favorite concert was probably Rage Against the Machine at Woodstock. Right? Many years ago, I went to the Rolling Stones in Moncton. Oh, okay. I body surfed to the front row and was caught the song list. Maybe back then I could have body surfed. Right now, I'd probably body surf and then freaking hit the ground real hard. Uh-huh. Lee Majors, yeah. I learned about leaving my DNA from Dolly Vision. He said he would be able to find me if I was ever. Yeah, Dolly, he has a lot of sayings there, doesn't he? He's got something for everything, doesn't he? Actually, I like people like that, that they just always got something to say off the top of their tongue all the time, some sarcastic remark, but he's like, Dolly's always like, look, put your hand on the DNA there, because if you don't, I'm not coming. I don't know how to find you, but put your hand on there so that if you do go missing, I'll find you. Yeah. So he's always got some cute something like that, right? Davey. Yeah. Tom Selleck. Luscious. Yes. BC, only other place I'd live in Canada. Absolutely. I need to be near the ocean. I get you. That's why I keep leaving Alberta. And then I kept going back. And I kept coming back home. I need to be near the ocean as well. Right? I mean, if somebody does have a little barn or a freaking loft on their property that's near the ocean and willing to have me rent free, and my husband and my brother-in-law and my 2 cats, I'm down. You probably don't need that extra space anyway. And it has to have a big yard. There was this gorgeous house that my twin sister was looking at. Amazing. It was right on the inlet of the ocean type of thing. And it was a freaking massive house with a nice freaking, lofty side, whatever, garage thing or whatever. Amazing. So much space right there. All you had to do was freaking go about 20 feet to the freaking water. And that was like, that's a good life, people. And that was in New Brunswick, that home. Yeah. Village. We will, just not today. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. So hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll make you listen to something.
Winter's here, the snow is falling.
I used to sleep with open eyes. I used to breathe just to keep us alive. Now all I can see is we're drifting apart. I can't believe how it all turned out. Bring me the light, bring me the light, bring me the light. Bring me the light, bring me the light, bring me the light, bring me the light, bring me the
Whoa, 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 village. Where do you think you're going? Did I say you could leave yet? I don't think so. Well, if of course it's late there, then go right ahead. Did you miss me, Ben? Did you miss me? Sharon, did you miss me? Somebody, did you miss me? So basically I had to go give that potty a drink there. Or else it was going to be a pool underneath me. One of the two was going to happen. I live by the beach, but in Queensland, Australia, because I love hot weather. Oh, I bet. Look at yeah. I bet you're freaking toasty brown. I just have to ask though, Cheryl. Do you have that plastic brown skin? From those ones. Sunny, is coming back. Yeah, right. What part of Queensland? I feel like you guys are having a private conversation all of a sudden. I miss the tides. You don't realize how much. Absolutely, Drippy. That's exactly why I need. My husband's from England, so it rains anyway, right? So what's the difference? Vancouver, BC, or England, right? But same thing, I just love being near the ocean. I like feeling like I'm near the ocean. In Alberta, you felt like, whoa, there's a nice man-made lake over there. There's the Bow River and stuff. But here, you go down to White Rock. Beautiful. No, I have a lot of sunblock on. I worry about skin cancer. Absolutely. It's just that there's some people, they start getting that little leather look going on where you're just like, when they're toasty. You are. That's right. You didn't think I'd desert you still, Vivian. But yeah, that's right. You came back to become a member, and now you can go. It's okay. You can have a good night now. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll do another members. Let's see. I'll do another members live. And don't getting pissy if you're not a member, because $1.99 ain't gonna break most people, okay? So don't be old bitchy that you're not getting to watch a members live. People pay for it, so they get special stuff. They get Sunny 2.0, and it's just a YOLO type live. So don't get pissy, people, whenever you see a members live. This is my first one that I did yesterday in over a year. But typically we would do one, every month or so, or da-da-da-da. But I'll probably do another one because I haven't. You know why? Because they're very laid back. It's a little group of family that comes in those. And, you just get to YOLO talk, really, and have a bit of fun, listen to some music, whatever, and yeah, shoot the shit basically, and talk about the case and da 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 da. Yeah, So and we did a good long one, and then Kent gave out on me. Freaking, I swear to God, Kent was probably. He says that he always claims that there's no sound coming through it, but I'm pretty sure I heard him snark in there because he's like, right? You know what, guys? I did that once on a live. Now, I was with this other guy who started talking, and he freaking was snarking on the live, and I was laughing so hard because he literally fell asleep. Not because he was a talker, but he literally fell asleep on the live. And I did that one time too. Freaking snarking on a live. Yeah, nothing like good times and embarrassment right there. Just saying. Actually, I don't really get embarrassed too easy. Oh, can I tell you guys a funny? Okay, let me tell you guys a funny. Most of you Canadians will not know this story, but the Americans will know this story. Okay, so this one particular night, once upon a time, in a land far, far away called YouTube, I was covering a case, and I was in bed because Aspen sometimes would host a live, at nighttime, and he kept going, Sonny, come on. Now it's well early, kind of in the morning at this point, and I'm like, no, right? So I decide I'm gonna kind of sneak on while my husband's in the bedroom and try not to make too much noise. Now I look like crap. I ain't going on no camera, but okay, right? So during this live, and it's the Delphi case, he has a bunch of other guests on. One of them was Frank Meister, along with some other guests. So all of a sudden, at some point, I don't know what my hands did, but they turned the camera on. Okay? Picture this, if you will. Picture this. So all of a sudden, I'm like this, and I look up and I duck because I look like shit, right? And so anyways, I can't believe it. My fingers are at the exact same time I turn on my camera. My husband's butt naked ass sits up out of bed. Exact same time I hit that camera. Now I'm panicking because all I hear is Frank going, "Hey, Sonny, is that your husband's ass that I'm seeing?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then I look, and it's like he just literally tipped up out of bed, right? So now I know YouTube enough to know that those vultures, those nasty ass people, they're going to go try to screen grab that recording, right? Now they're cracking jokes about, "Hey, Sonny, does your husband like sunny side up? Hey, Sonny, what's cracking?" But all I hear is Frank's freaking voice. "Hey, Sonny, is that your husband's or what do you say, bare butt sitting there?" And I'm like, right? So now I'm like fumbling to turn off the camera, which I felt like it was an hour, but it was only about 20 seconds. And next thing you know, I accidentally even hit the button to take myself out of the live. Yeah. So I'm trying to message Adam, and I'm like, Adam, turn off the live, right? Because I know I got to get rid of that piece, right? That's on there, because I know that if my husband's bare ass is probably shown to the internet, right? So my husband goes to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, well, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he didn't hear Frank and everyone cracking fucking sunny side up jokes, right? So I sit there and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he didn't notice. So he doesn't come back and he doesn't say anything, right? Doesn't say anything. And so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I got away with this. I managed to, edit that part. So what I did actually was Aspen wasn't answering his messages. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Answer your messages. And so I whip back into the live, click end live, right? And I'm like, Aspen, seriously, like, dude, I'm messaging you because I know I got to get rid of that piece before somebody grabs it. Yeah. So anyways, so hours later, I go out and it's like, "Oh, hey, husband." And I said, "What you doing?" And he's like, "Nothing." And then he goes, "You know what?" I goes, "I'm a little upset." I don't care if somebody's seen my ass on the camera. It's the fact that the room was messy. And he's like, come on, it's embarrassing. And I'm like, wait, so you actually knew the whole time? Oh, you don't care about if somebody saw your ass? All you cared was that there was clothes on the bed? And yeah. And he's like, yeah. He goes, whatever to my ass being shown or whatever. Right? Ben? Right, Sharon? I'll never forget that. Funniest shit ever. I can't believe that my husband's like, I don't care if my ass was seen. I just care that you showed the freaking audience our dirty room. Right? If that was me, I'd probably went freaking 10 sheets, freaking fucking. Definitely I would have been angry if that was me and someone seen my ass, especially this one. This one's like 3 times wider than it was when I was 26 years old. Well, 30 years old. Yeah. Actually, it's not that big. Yeah. Just got a little bit, it's kind of like the moon now, right? Little dimple here, little cottage cheese there. You know how it is, girls. All right, then. Anyways, so yeah, that's what he cared about was the messy room. So now, okay, I'll tell you. My husband doesn't trust that so I always leave my camera's always on, right? And so I'm always coming back home because husband will decide to have a nap. You guys have no idea how many socks I find over top of my camera. Sometimes I find my own underwear over the camera. Sometimes I find my little gloves over the camera. My husband doesn't trust me worth shit for leaving that camera on. He doesn't care. I'm always constantly going to my camera because it moves. He moves it. So then I got to adjust it whenever he puts a stupid sock on it. And I'm just like, where does he keep finding all this stuff? I'm not kidding. I can look down right here and there's a sock there. And it's just because it's like, so I'm always just like, oh, for frick's sakes, husband, the camera, it's not on, like it's on, but nobody can see you because I'm not live. Yeah. So now he has these little anxiety things. Not that he cares about his ass, but it's just the fact he doesn't trust me for having the camera off. Oh, you go ahead, Joe. That's what my husband's watching for a while now. Go right ahead. If that's more important than Jack and Lily, all right? And, husband butt talk, and go ahead. Go ahead, Joe. Not going to blame you. Might hold it against you, but I'm not going to blame you. That's why I don't sleep. Cassie. You know what, Cassie? There was one time that I was sick. I was really sick, and I was lying in bed, right? I'd done up the live stream, but honestly, I wasn't feeling well, and I wasn't going to do the live. And I forgot that I had my camera on. And all of a sudden I hear the little beep of somebody coming in the back room, and it's Aspen. And all of a sudden I see this eye going around the screen going, hello? Hello? I'm just like, for fuck's sakes, he can literally see me in bed right now. And I'm just like, Aspen? Oh, shit. Totally. I was totally wanting to say, like, I'm not going to do the live. I just don't feel well. But imagine that eye coming right up to your camera, and you just know that they can see your entire room and me lying there in bed. He's like, hello. It's not often I do stuff like that. So that's why when I do close off the live, even myself, I'm very leery of trusting myself, because there's sometimes, like, for instance, sometimes I get a stream ready. And, you don't need to picture this if you don't want to, but sometimes my ass is a little naked itself, all right? Or I just have a top on and no bottoms or something like that. And then I get up. So sometimes I'm like, wait, what? Did I turn off? Because I always mean to turn off my camera, but there's instances that I kind of forgot. And I'm just like, well, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I just don't want it to be splattered across YouTube land. That would be humiliating, don't you think? Yeah. Great story. Sorry, I'm the only one that on here that can actually say it. Besides you guys typing in chat, it takes away from it if you guys have a crazy story like that. But anyway, well, I should probably let you guys go. I mean, I have done 2 lives now. It is 8:30. I do have to still do grocery shopping, and I'm kind of hungry. Even though you know what? I'm one of those ones. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, guys. Seriously. People are like, Sonny, how do you do it? How do you work a full-time job and do the lives? Well, I'll tell you. I can and I can't. If I don't want to see people, I won't do a live. But I'm truly doing this because, for anyone that's getting sucked into this case really bad and you're starting to have mental issues, and you're thinking about it all day long and stuff like that, all I have to say is this: been there, done it with the Suzanne Morphew case. You need definitely to have balance but even though this case here, I'm not letting it be like Delphi, meaning all I need to, this is, how I fall asleep, guys, myself. All I do whenever it comes to a case is I think, who done it type of thing. Like in this case, is it Daniel? Is it Malaya? Within 1 minute, because I can't think of the answer and no freaking angels are coming down telling it to me in my brain, I literally, in 1 minute, I'm asleep. That's my sleeping pill right there. What time is that? Sure. Yeah, well, that's because you guys live over across the water. 12:30 here. I'm going to take that as a AM phantom. Based on previous convo. Great live sending. Oh, yeah. Let's quickly do this. So, Chris, thank you so much for that. Badetz is going to go give Malaya a piece of her mind when she goes out there on my anniversary, which is July 11th. She's going to give Malaya a piece of her mind, tell her to get off the pot, tell us where the kids are. Tanya Lee, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member. And same with Vivian. Vivian, thank you so much for that as well. How many likes do we got? We got a lot of likes. We got 4,124 views, 404 likes. Thank you, guys. Oh, wait. I had this in my thing and I didn't do it. I didn't put it out there. Good night, Karen Powers. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your love and care and support of Jack and Lily. I hope most of you guys know, again, I always just, I live my life. Besides, I can get a little bit what seems like I'm grumpy and stuff. Honestly, I'm not a grumpy person. I'm just not a grumpy person. But you piss me off, I'll go down your butt. Basically, I'm going to humiliate you a bit. If you're an asshole, like in the chat, and you're a jerk, I'm probably going to be an asshole to you a little bit. Okay? But it's actually not because I'm mad, because I literally don't care about that person. I only care about people who are kind and caring. But if somebody's going to be ignorant to me, or in chat to other people, no. There's already enough of that crap in the world. We don't need it on YouTube land, okay? But other than that, like I said, I wake up with a smile, go to sleep with a smile. I'm just smiley by nature. I like to laugh. I like to giggle. That's why those membership lives too. Like when me and Aspen were doing them, like telling you, we're taking you on trips to Alcatraz, people, literally to Alcatraz, through Google Earth, And like I said, we play sometimes with the tarot cards, the freaking, the ball that you shake, ask it a question. We just like to have fun sometimes during true crime. Just have a fun night and stuff like that. The Diddy case, first one I've ever followed this closely, and as soon as the lawyer were done, I instantly, yeah, absolutely. Well, then you know what the thing is from okay, so I've been doing lives, but there was a couple times I was really tired, and I'm like, oh, don't know that I have it in me to do a live today. I just rejuvenate myself, take a nap, something like that, and I'm good to go. Because I am a people person. I've always been. So to me, it's not hard to do a freaking 4 or 5 hour live. The longest live me and Aspen did was 13 hours. That's kind of when we first met. It was 13 hours long. We were just chilling and kicking it. Good Arvo. Good night, Lily. Good night, Lily. I feel like I'm good night, John Boy. Good night, Sue Ellen. Good night, Mary Jo. Good night, Ben. Big Ben. Ben. Good night, Sassy Cassie. Fist bump. She's a social worker, so she sees the worst of people at times It scares me for her. Yeah, I know, right? And then we got that. Oh my God, what happened to Aspen? Again, just to be simple about it, we were covering Delphi for 4 years. YouTubers, everyone was waiting for that day for Delphi to come, including us. It basically, when your best friend just ditches you and they're too busy kissing other people's ass and worrying about everything else. So every other YouTuber was doing a live, and Aspen would come on for 5 minutes and say how exhausted he was. Well, that didn't stop all the other YouTubers. So here it was a case that we had spent like 5 years on, basically. And all of a sudden, where's Aspen to be seen? Oh, he's too busy kissing documentary people's asses and stuff like that. He ditched me, is what he did. And so me and him, we were like really great friends. And then when the case came up, he was too busy trying to suck off other people's butts. Sorry, I'm saying that loosely. That he just bailed. Everybody else was doing lives. So here I have someone in Delphi covering the case, and I'm having to watch other people's lives to get the information. Pretty pathetic, yeah? So anyways, whatever. Said a couple times, ask him, like, what's going on? Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everything's good. All that stuff. No, he just he failed me as a friend. And that was crossing my line. After I gave him a couple times to like message me properly and talk and say, hey, like, why aren't we doing whatever? No, he acts like he's doing it because because he has, you want to talk about a deep empath? That's pathetic almost. That's Aspen. He cares so much about everybody and what they think about him and stuff like that. But yeah, he just ditched me. So from that day forward, never spoke to him again. Blocked him. Just didn't talk to him. That's not the way you treat a friend. You don't follow a case for that long and then everybody else is doing lives and they fail you. So that's what happened to Aspen. Deb was on the channel along with Aspen, and she has her own channel called Deb's True Crime Notebook. A really great lady and stuff like that. And, Lewis is, Kent reminds me a lot of Lewis, even to his voice. So Lewis was a good friend that would come on. Alexa, criminal profiler. Mind you, I forgot to message her back. So, we'll get her up here, though. We'll get her up here. We'll see where this case is going. Yeah, it hurt. Absolutely. Thanks, Kim. It hurt. Absolutely. That's like someone just, your best friend stabbing you in the back. And then them going, what did I do wrong? Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You don't do that. To me, like, I'm a person that keeps my word. And if I don't, I try, like, okay, so don't get me wrong, because I feel guilty saying that already, because I don't always answer my emails back, because that means I have to sit at my computer past alive. And by that time, my ass hurts and I just want to go lie in bed. But I know that the emails are still there. So those ones I can forgive myself for, because sometimes I got a lot that come in and I don't have time to sit there, especially with the elongated ones, to sit there. And I like to give things proper time. And sometimes other emails are just, thanks. Yeah, got it. Thank you. And stuff like that. So I'm not the best emailer person, but in life, right? If I say to you that I'm going to be joining your live, or if I say to you, I'm going to meet you here, I keep my promise. If I'm running late, I'll tell you I'm running late, because that's the world that I grew up in, So to me, your word is everything. So I know that about myself. And sometimes you have to build trust with viewers in a sense that, and once they get to understand your personality and who you are, they understand that, you're just a genuine, caring person that, is, and I like to think of myself and is personable, right? I don't, there's no act here is what I'm saying, at all. I speak from my heart. I speak with the most genuineness, and I do everything with as much honesty as I can. Sometimes we can't tell you certain tidbits sometimes, but everything is done always from my heart. The channel, why the purpose I do things, So people that do see that and understand that, the good hearts see that. The negative people, they're the ones that are going to sit there and try to take a strip out of you and be ignorant to you. Because why? Because they live nasty, mean lives themselves, and they're grumpy ass, and they hate seeing other people good, right? They do. So that's why I don't put up with that, because I know exactly who they are as a person. If they have to leave a rude comment, that instantly tells me you're a dick in real life too, or you think you're nice, but by you to leave a comment, nah. And then people try to sometimes twist that back on me and saying, well, you're not being nice saying that back. Well, again, I speak how I'm spoken to. Somebody wants to talk to me like crap. Well, I'll come back in your face with it. I don't care. You talk to me like that, but no way do I ever go to somebody and try to talk rude to them, right? It's not my thing. But if you come at me being rude, absolutely. So that's why for me, if it's somebody's giving me attitude and I didn't deserve it because I didn't speak to you that way, well, then I have an issue with that, because don't take out your badass day on me, right? If you're grumpy and your life is miserable and your husband doesn't have sex with you or something like that, type of thing, and I don't care. That's your problem, not mine. But don't come in here and take your grumpy ass out on me because your life is so negative. Because that's truly what it is, guys. I mean, that's the heart of it. People that just enjoy life, even if they have issues in their life, right? Good people remain good-hearted, right? Some people think that they're good-hearted. That's the difference, right? That's why I'm very particular when I say that, because a true heart is someone to me that myself, it's just like, I don't go out of my way. I don't go to work miserable. I don't take out my work day on anybody. There's the odd time with my husband. I'm being, okay, husband, okay, I'm sorry, it's a little bit bitchy. I didn't have enough sleep, but it's so rare. It's so rare. So I'm not perfect, but I'll tell you, I'm one of the best people you want to wake up to in the morning that will be like, hey, how's it going? Okay, good night. Love you. Da-da-da-da-da, right? And that's how I live my day all the time. So for me, when people come in here with this negative ass attitude and stuff, get out of my freaking ball of aura. Get out of my happy space, because I don't need negativity. They're buzz killers. Friendship breaks up are so hard. Yeah. No, my bad. She hasn't messaged me, and I need to message her. When I've seen her in the lives, I've asked her. No, well, I think the last message I said to her was, "How's she doing?" Right, because she's had a lot of health issues. You're right. I need to message her. I need to message Alexa. So don't think I'm just ignoring some of your emails, people. Okay, it's not that I'm ignoring them. I just need to get to them on there. I know that they're there sometimes when I look at my emails. I'm just not a big email person. I have to go to my computer. And usually I just do lives on my computer. Everything else I do on my iPad, which doesn't have email because there's not enough freaking space. 31 gigs used out of 32. That's my iPad crashing all the time, even when I remove pictures. What'd you say? Wait, hold on. I believe they do this time. I feel for the daughters, makes me sad. I think he is guilty. Talking about Daniel there. Oh yeah, we can't. I was gonna say, hi, the real me. Wait, not me, Sonny. I'm a morning. Oh, I'm not a morning person. Lion. My daughter still doesn't like to wake me, and she's 20. Ooh, Sassy Cassie. That's probably hence why you came up with that name, to be honest with you. I can't stand miserable people in the morning, Sassy. It ruins, it starts the day off so wrong. You might want to rethink yourself on there. Try waking up. Just try waking up tomorrow. Happy, happy, happy. Sunny says it's going to be a good day whether the sun's shining or not in your world. Try to wake up happy. Yeah, I'm not mean. I'm just not happy to be awake. That's okay. I mean, life is life, right? Suck it up, buttercup. That's what I got to say. Suck it up, buttercup. There's a point where you're just going to be dead, right? And you're going to get all the sleep you want. Don't worry about that, right? Until one of your family members up there comes and pokes you and said, oh, yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I heard he bought a trailer park. There's a few creators who drove through there. I was thinking maybe one of the daughters moved there. Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. You're talking about Barry Morphew? I think you guys are talking about Barry Morphew. Lion was supposed to be LOL. Oh no, I figured I was taking it for lion, like, a lion bed, like my husband will say with his British tone there. He'll call it a lion, or I'm thinking lion, like "Arr!" in the morning. I think vicariously through your typing there, it's the true word came out instead of LOL. To be honest with you on that one, just calling it how I see it. I can wake up. I just don't want to talk to me until I'm well. See, I got no problem. I'm just like, good morning, sunny, rise and shine, time to start your day, get to work. Hey, everyone. Everyone knows me at work, right? Sunny. They know when Sunny's in the house because I walk around going, hey, guys, what you doing? I'm always the one cracking the jokes, and I'll sit there and I'll go around the door and I'll be like, oh, I'm always the one joking around, So I like to say, I don't know. I know I'm one of a kind. You don't have to say it, people. I'm special. I get it. How old are you turning? 56 minus 29. Yeah. Your July 16th. Can't say I relate to the number 16 so well. I'm kind of like odd numbers for some reason, like 3, like 11, like 15, like 7. But okay. Yeah. Happy birthday on the July 16th. Just in case. I'm like 18 days early, pretty much. But you are a Cancer. But you're a male like my husband, Cancer. Yeah. Problem is with Cancer males. You're Cancer male or female? I want to say male because of the name. Phantom Pun Cat. But you're probably a female. Are you female? Talk to me right now. I don't want to misconstrue if you're male or female because some names look like males. Damn girl, you look amazing. Kim, I say that to myself too. Damn girl. How do you look so bad this morning? I work remotely. That's me. That's me, Drippy. Work remotely. Put out the water. I don't feed no birds. I don't got no squirrels. I got 2 cats. Phantom. Female? Ben, take a wild guess. Phantom. Male or female? Phantom Pun Cat. I knew you were going to say that. Sorry, but every vibe was telling me male for some reason. Okay, so you're good to go because you are a female. Anyone have PayPal? Here. Well, that's the one up there, but let me bring up. Hold on. Nobody, because I asked people and nobody told me. 1 second here, PJ. All of a sudden, my fingers don't know how to work, but hold on. Oh, I think we got this. Image file. I know I took a screenshot of this. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Tell me, does that work, PJ? Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. It's my birthday today. It's your nephew's birthday today. Well, happy birthday to your nephew. Yeah, nice. Yeah. I would almost love it if me and Dolly did a live together. Be too busy cracking each other up the whole way, to be honest with you. I don't think he realizes just how funny I am, to be honest. Probably couldn't keep up with them, but I can definitely laugh at jokes. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know? He was holding up that thing and that remote viewer called in, Did he draw a freaking muffin cap? I thought it was a mushroom, to be honest with you. Tell me if it works. Well, I guess we would know if it works because I guess I just got to hold my own phone up there. Have you guys talked about the beach pic? Oh, yeah, multiple times. to be honest with you. Oh, somebody's wait, sure. Oh, I see emails coming in. Oh my God, I still have to do my own thing for Lana still. Thank you. Did it work, PJ? You know, whenever I see PJ's name, I think of pajamas, to be honest with you. You know, the kind that I don't wear, but I think of them still, regardless. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I do think of PJ with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay? That's what I think of, PJ. Peanut butter and jelly. Okay, let's see if this sucker works. Oh, wait. Yeah, PLR code. Yeah, maybe it's too small. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, yeah, there's PayPal. Who wants to send me $1 million? Anybody? Any takers? PayPal would like to access your camera. Okay. Okay, fingerprint. Does it take me? I'm not going to do it this way. I'll just send her a direct. Oh, there we go. Right? Worked. I think that one's just too small. Sometimes if it's too small, yeah. Trippy, didn't you say you wanted to send me like $1,000 PayPal? I think so. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it for you. I'll invest it in myself. Don't worry. I consider PJ's casual workwear. Is that what you think about? Huh? Me too, Drippy. Yeah, peanut butter sandwich. I still love my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll leave that there. Okay, let me just ask you guys. 206. Hey, I got some freaking wings going on there. Let me just ask you guys. One, don't lie to me either. Don't lie to me. I'll see it through your shit. One, if you donated and bought some bracelets or anything to do with this, the fund me. Two, if you didn't. Don't lie to me either, people. Come on now. Just be honest, right? It's all we're asking from Daniel Martell. Just be honest. Anybody? One, if you did. Two, if you didn't. Just asking for a friend, by the way. Just curious. Because I got to put two, because I haven't done it yet, because I'm going to send it through my banking. Because I already got her information. Okay, go on. Anybody? Come on now. Feel free. And you know what? I mean, you can literally just type no, but I hit the share, like and share button. Two. Okay, Amy. I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do with you. Hunt you down, apparently. Okay. Just don't worry. I won't stalk you too much. Sassy Cassie. Must be that grumbly shit in the morning because somebody pissed in your cornflakes when we did that live, probably. Two, not yet, but you will. I'd like to as well. No. You will. I'm just curious because I know she. Oh, Laura Jean. No. Too many twos. So all the people that left the live earlier, those are the people that obviously did it. Yeah. You're broke ass, no problem. Did you hit the like button though? As long as you did that for Jack and Lily. Yep. Belinda. I don't know why. Where I got the word give from. I put it at the end of this. Didn't even notice it till partway through the live. Scan to pay who? Money grabs. Wait. Team? Friends? Is that an ignorant comment right there? Scan to pay who? Money grabs? Are you being ignorant? Rufio, okay, I'll kick your ass if you are. Bye-bye. Okay? It's not money grabs. It's for Jack and Lily. Okay? It's not about money grabs. This is Lana's first time she did the vigil. Do you know how many times people do it out of their thing? Anyone taking this as a rude comment? Put a 1. Put a 1 if that's a rude comment. Because the way I'm reading that right now is just somebody basically being negative. It's not money grabs. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Rufio, gonna have to boot your ass. Yeah, you can go complain to another channel that I booted your ass. Bye-bye. There we go. Yeah, we don't need those people. 1. Yeah. Thank you. Just want, because there's always those people that don't donate. They want to be negative about it all, right? I want to be negative. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to be getting 5 freaking bracelets for Lily and Jack. I got to see if they take PayPal. I don't have a... Yeah, PayPal's right in front of you. It's right there. Connie? Yeah. PayPal's right there. Anyways, guys, we're going to call it a night. My kids' birthdays are 2 days apart. I'm planning to... Oh, 2 days apart, eh? You know what's cray-cray? Is when somebody's birthday falls on Mother's Day, like the kid's birthday falls on a Mother's Day and stuff like that. Or like when I was with Dion, his sister, Dana, her birthday was always December 30, like it was December 31st. So she got effed over for her birthday until she turned 18 in Alberta. Okay? Of course, what are you going to do? You're going to stay at home on New Year's Eve, right? So no. So her birthday always got until she was able to turn 18. That was many years because I was with him for 11 years. But anyways, almost Irish twins. Yeah. Almost Irish. Ben? Mark, thank you. Thank you for the post. I love it when you do that. Thank you for taking time to do that. Putting out some the posts that you were doing earlier. Okay, appreciate that. Kent, wherever you are, thank you, Kent. I know you're gonna message me at probably sometime 2 o'clock in the morning, going, "You awake? You awake still, Sonny?" No. Anyways, thank you to Belinda. Thank you to Alana. Thank you to the mods. Thank you. You know what? Let's just thank the world. Big hugs, group hugs. Okay, guys. Until we meet again. Don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I don't know. I work 8 to 4 tomorrow. If something amazing comes out, I'll definitely see you. Okay? If something amazing comes out. Yeah. Like, I don't know, Jack and Lily are found alive. That would get me out. That would get me online. Night off. Good night. When you gift a membership, is it for 1 month? Yes, it is. Yeah, Drippy. Oh, I got actually a membership when I was in Dolly last night. I got one too. Going to rematch. All right. You guys, bless. Thank you so much. Again, for anyone watching this towards the end that even makes it this far, please hit the like and the share for Lily and Jack. Again, you guys have a wonderful night. Take care. God bless. And we're going to get out of here. I just need to find my media assets. Do. Still gotta find you. I'm finding. There we go. So for whoever asked, yeah, I thought you were talking about. So the first song is by Track Tribe called "Guess I'll Never Know," and this one that I'm gonna play is Ophelia Nights by I think Nirvana. So, anyways, there we go. Good night, guys.
An Arctic night, the world is cold.